Son of a gun. Am I alive? Oh, shoot. Dang. There's probably a ton of people looking at the other stupid stream. Oh my god.
Recognizes intercalation.
Intercalation, yeah.
De-intercalation process is incredibly benign. It causes a structural change of about 3% volume change in the positive and about 10% in the
There we go, got somebody.
And
oh my gosh, I'm having a hard time on my computer today. It's crashing like crazy.
The failure of the
I'm starting to change my mind about this Windows computer. Ay, ay, ay. Driving me crazy. Who's out there? So I know who I'm talking to. Any one of my regulars? Any one of my regulars? Hope so. Send a shout out. Say hi. Now stage 240. Yeah, it's working now. Is this still streaming? I couldn't turn off the stream. My computer crashed right when it started. Went back on. Couldn't jump in. I couldn't turn off the stream. Is it still streaming on a different address? I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, it's working now. Oh, man. Days like today. I had to throw away my keyboard. The $200 keyboard cover to this Windows computer. I had to throw it away just the other day. It just finally died. I've been fighting with it for months. It's like on, off. Just you snap it on, take it off, snap it on. Trying to get the thing to recognize the keyboard. It wasn't working for the longest time. And then it finally just completely died. I just cannot get it to recognize the keyboard anymore. So I had to throw that thing away. So now I got a tablet. I don't have even a computer anymore. And so the Surface Pro is just, I'm starting to change my mind about it. What am I 2 years into it, 2.5 years into it? And it's starting to get torqued. Maybe it was only a year and a half into it. It was probably only a year and a half into this computer. Battery shot, but I can replace that for free. But now it's going to cost me $250 to replace the keyboard cover. Yeah, it is. I knew it. It's still streaming. There's probably people going out there like, why is it black? What's going on? I can't see anything. I can't hear anything. Must be my computer. No, it's not yours. It's YouTube. Dude, what a mess. That's between YouTube and my computer, man. They're like made for each other. Match made in heaven, I swear. I'm just like, it thinks the fans are going full bore. This thing is just, it's crashing me 3 times today already. It might crash in the middle of this stream. So anyways, how y'all doing? Hope you're having a great weekend. What is it? Saturday for everybody else out there? Sunday my day over here. Time is 2:40 in the afternoon over here. A little windy. Trying to keep the sunshade, blocking the sun, hopefully, so I can read the streams. Hello, did you just start? Yeah, Aaron, I did just start on a different stream, and it crashed, and I can't close that stream, so I started on this stream now. I'm on this stream. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for finding me, and I apologize for the problems. Seems like lately I have nothing but problems. And it's stupid thing again. I set it up. I on purpose set it up for front camera, and when I started that last stream, just before it crashed, I saw that the back camera was on. You son of a gun. I was like, just about to say, you son of a gun. I went, clearly crashed. Just crashed. I was like, son of a gun. You'll probably see it if it ever shows up on my after, I don't know if YouTube ever closes it. That stream might be never ending. That stream might just go and go and go. 2-day stream of black screen. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Do I need to contact YouTube? I don't know. That's messed up. I can't stop the stream. Anyways, I don't know. I think I failed in that last video I made of the GTR, Italian design GTR. That was a fail. Last time I looked, I had like only 60 views. 60 views, no video at all on that other one. Not even 1 second. Okay, well, that's just messed up. That is just messed, and I can't turn it off. Thanks a lot, YouTube. I can't even access it anymore. Usually I can. Usually I can get it. Like, I've had the computer crash before when I was about to do a stream, and I can get back in and I can restart the stream or shut it down and try a different one. This time I can't. I can't get in. I can't close it. Just clicked on your stream and back screen, so I closed apps and came back. Thanks, Aaron. I really appreciate it. You guys are a lot of help. Aaron and Station 240, you are my loyal ones. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. We only have 2 viewers right now. Those are you guys. So let me take a look. My last video I made, which I think Station 240 and Aaron, both of you guys, did comment on. Oh, it shows that. You can see my face. The original thumbnail was no towel around my neck, and I was like happy. This my thumbnail was like, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. So, anyways, my GTR town GTR video, 63 views 2 days ago. That was a fail. I was trying. I mean, I don't have a lot over here for EVs to do, and I'm really feeling bad that I can't make quality content. And so I was thinking, well, let's try something different. Let's see if I can hook any more ICE people. And I tried. I tried to get some ICE people to watch and show them that EVs are cool too. I tried to talk to them at the beginning. You guys, I hope you didn't watch. I hope you fast forward to the Ginza part. But at the beginning, I was talking a lot about EVs and stuff, and just trying to open some people's eyes, not to be so closed-minded about vehicles. Like all things, you know, enjoy everything. You know, appreciate what goes into making everything out there and what makes things work and stuff. That's me. I've always been like that. Oh, you're one of the few streaming in my time. Sorry, man. I do it this time. I do this time for some reason. This time seems to be the best, 2:30 in the afternoon for me, which is now 2:45 because of late start. But I've tried earlier times for America, but you guys are busy. It's a weekend, so you guys are all out. You're doing stuff and stuff like that. For some reason, a lot of my viewers, they watch in late at night, especially like no, I think it has to do with work schedule and stuff, and Old Slow Jim, and all those guys. I think they appreciate me doing a later time thing. Also, I'm trying to catch the UK, you know, people in Europe. They're just getting up. It's still really early in the morning, but I know my taxi friend over there, he has a channel called, what's it called? I can't even think of it right now. But, Fancy Never Bev Me, I think it's called. Anyways, he's driving right now, and he tries to watch when he's not driving his taxi around. He has a second-gen Leaf for that. Yeah, fast forward was shocking how little video was of the car. Well, I mean, what can I do? I couldn't get beyond that rope. I asked the lady, can you open the doors and the stuff so I could show more? And she said, no, I can't do that. I was like, that's funny because I was here on the weekend. You were letting people in the car on the weekend. I was little secret. I actually saw the car. I wasn't aware of what it was because I went to Ginza to go to Apple. I wanted to look at the new iPads. Didn't have them in yet, but I wanted to check out the new iPads. I am dying for a decent computer, and I don't know what to get right now. I'm just struggling because I don't have a decent computer for video editing with. And I heard that they have these new iPad Pros are going to be able to handle full app. I mean, full soft finally, and like Adobe's going to be putting out. I don't use the software, so I can't remember the name. What's the software called? Some Photoshop. They have a full Photoshop version for iPad Pro. So I thought maybe they're going to put out Final Cut Pro for the iPad Pro. No, of course not. So anyways, when I was there looking at the iPad Pros, I walked by Ginza Crossing, and I saw people getting it out of the GTR. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then I go back. It's the same car. It was the Ital design car. And no, that time it was roped off, and nobody was allowed to get. I couldn't get any closer, and that's the best I could do for video. It was I had a lot more video, but the stupid cleaning lady that was mopping the floor, she just kept walking right in front of the cameras, like, "Come on!" Because it's like it was really hard to find angles where tourists weren't in the shots. And then I finally get that shot, and this lady comes and just mops right in front of me. It's like, oh yeah. I was kind of laughing about that, though. So, yeah, what else is there to show of the car? I mean, you only can see the outside exterior. And let's be honest. I was just trying to get something out there. And Still experimenting a little bit with my camera. I was all handheld. I didn't use a tripod. Obviously, you could tell. But I do like that camera. The video quality. Did you guys see the night shots of outside in Ginza? My gosh, it was like zero noise. It was so gorgeous. It was a really nice job. And with that low aperture lens, you can really you can see a lot. So that was nice. I like that. Yeah, I like both ICE and EV. Just prefer driving EV. More excited for EVs. Yeah, me too, Aaron. Me too. Absolutely. EVs are the way to go right now, especially. I mean, come on, the way things are right now. I think what it's going to be like in the future, it's going to be the opposite of what we're doing right now. It's going to be a 180 in the future. 180 in the future, EVs will be the more mainstream vehicle again, like they were back in the 1800s, late 1800s. They're going to be the more mainstream vehicles again. And the gasoline cars are going to become those cars that you keep in the garage and you just drive on certain days, you know, for fun and stuff. You know, the muscle car or whatever you want. What do you got? Or the big RV. You know, we're not there yet. We don't have the infrastructure for that. We don't want that yet. But that's what it's going to be. I can see that coming pretty soon. And so, yeah, EVs the way it is. I love my EVs. I just miss my Leaf. Something fierce. I just miss it, something fierce. And that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about battery technology. And just two of us. It's just, I thought more people, it's 11 minutes into this. Usually I have more people on by now. Usually it's like 4 or 5. And my peak is usually what? Peak's usually about 7 to 9. Huh, okay, so it's going to be a small group today. Aaron and Station 240, I don't even know if this is going to pertain to you. I'm still trying to reach new viewers. I think I'm being shadow banned. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm being shadow banned by YouTube. By the way, did you guys like the thumbnail to that GTR video? My wife made that for me. No Photoshop. She just used a paint app and she painted all the yellow around the car. I thought that was sweet. She did that for me. Yeah, probably gonna be 50-50 on the car, gas to EV. I think so. That's probably safe for now. And when the infrastructure gets strong enough and powerful enough that we can handle these super high power quick charging stations and mass, then you'll see it even more. YouTube suck at promoting small channels. Yeah, they do. Because my wife worked hard on that. She did actually. She worked hard on that little thumbnail for that GTR video, the $1 million GTR, which I think the car is great for even at 100 grand. I think it's affordable compared to the cars it's competing against. But I would never pay 100 grand for any car ever in my life. I can't do it. That's why I have a hard time with Teslas over here, because they charge so much tax on them when they get over here. It boosts the price. They're in the 100,000 range, and I just can't do it because I'm not like that. I can't be like that kind of person. I just there's other things more important in life than money. That's gonna be, you pay 100,000 for that car over here. And another thing about Japan is car resale values suck, and so it's worse than Kelly Blue Book could ever give you. I mean, it's really bad. So you have the car for a few years, you go and you want to turn around and sell it. You'll be lucky to, the Tesla. If you sell to Tesla, they'll probably, I don't know what they give you. They won't give you much for trading. You have to buy another Tesla. And if you sell to a third party, yeah, good golly, it's going to be like 40 grand probably over here. Cars suck. You know how bad it is over here? You know how bad it is? We had a car, very low miles. It was like 6-8 years old. I can't remember. It was kind of old for Japanese cars. And we took it in and we had to pay them. We had to pay to trade that thing in. They didn't give us any money. I had to give them money to recycle it. Yeah, that's how bad resale value on cars is over here. So I just have a real problem with spending 100 grand on a car of any sorts. And but let alone $1 million. $1 million. You know what the tax on $1 million car is over here? It's over $100,000 just the tax alone. The tax alone, you can buy a Tesla on this stupid car. And it's good. It's a sexy car. It's an Italian sexy car, but it's still just a car. I mean, gas car too, ICE car at that. So yeah, but anyways, I was making that. That's why my wife did that beautiful little thumbnail. I was really trying to reach more ICE heads. I call them ICE heads. I'm a EV head, and there's Tesla heads, and there's all kinds of heads out there. And anyways, I was trying to reach the ICE heads and I was a little corny. I was stroking their egos with the sexy $1 million car. And I was trying to, I was hoping they would listen to my long, boring talk in the middle that everyone else has heard like 100 times. I was, before I get there, but most people, most YouTubers have very short attention spans, and that just bores the hell out of them. I get that. I'm guilty of fast skimming through it too. And but I was hoping some people might be interested in hearing my story and why I like EVs and stuff. And I didn't go into detail too much because I was trying to keep the video short at the same time, because I know people have a short attention span. I was just trying to do too much. It was a massive fail. I felt like the video didn't come out good. And anyways, it's not being promoted. 63 views. I mean, I understand that most people on my channel are not going to watch that video because it's an ICE car, but I thought for sure YouTube would, put in some people's suggestion boxes, and it never worked out. And I just lost somebody. Hello from Greece. Good morning. Oh, good morning, George. Are you still there, George? Somebody was online and they jumped off. Was that you, George? Same here. Can't touch a Tesla with a 10-foot pole. Yeah. You should do a video on a Tesla store in Japan. I would love to, but I have been kicked out so many times trying to take a video just of the store. They just come, no cameras, no cameras. They freak out over here. Okay. Hi, George. Welcome to my channel. Are you new? Because that's the first time I've talked to a George from Greece. So if you're new to my channel, thank you for checking me out, and welcome. And we're going to go over the basics. Today I want to talk about the basics if you're new to EVs. If you're not new to EVs, let me know, because we only have 3 people watching right now. And if you guys are not new to EVs and you know all the stuff I'm going to be talking about, like motor efficiency versus gasoline engine efficiency and battery technology, if you already know this stuff, then I'm not going to go over it again because I don't want to bore you guys. And we can talk about something different. But my original intention was I'm just really trying hard to attract more people that are curious about EVs onto my channel. The Tesla owners have too much spare time. They'll watch anything. Station 240. No, I'm not. I've got Volkswagen e-up. Well, so you know all about them. Awesome. How's your e-up? I think Japan is just starting to become available over here. We have the up, and it's a very teeny car. So I'm wondering how the e-up is like. What's that like? How's the range on an e-up, George? If you don't mind me asking. I'm not going to ask you the price, but I'm just wondering what's the range on a. It's such a teeny car. It's so cute, really teeny. For a city car, it's very good. Okay, cool. Does it have some pretty good performance to it, or is it strictly like an economical car? Oh, that's nothing to sneeze at. 160-kilometer range for a small car like that. That's beautiful. That means it is possible for Japan to make a what they call a keiji dosha. I just lost somebody. Aaron, did you Station 240? Aaron, did you bow out? I'm sorry if I bored you guys. I'm trying to include everybody. Yeah. Anyways, 160-kilometer range is what my bus has. Love efficiency. I'm up to 5.1 miles. Wow. That's really good for America. 5.1 miles per kilowatt hour. It's really good. You're here. So why does it only say 2 or here on this YouTube live thing? I have a feeling I have more people watching than I'm aware of. That's 3 people. I'm only showing two online. Go figure. What are you gonna do? All right. So anyways, so my bus that I use for work is 160-kilometer range roughly. It was 180 when I first got it. I've had it for almost 4 years now, so it's about 160 now in the warm weather. And it's more than enough. And I use it for private use all the time. I've taken it camping. I've got some camping videos, Father's Day camping video with my daughter, and we go all over the place. And it's more than enough. It's more than enough, even especially for here with the infrastructure. But I mean, it's more enough for anybody. That's really good. People are funny about range with electric cars, because I was talking to my wife about my little K car that you guys probably you saw if you watched my last video. That little blue K car. It only gets about. Around town, I get maybe per tank about 260, maybe 300 kilometers on a tank. I'm not kidding. It's a teeny tank on that. And so I only get about 260, 300 around city. And highway, I might get about 330, 350 kilometers. So, I mean, I think people put way too much emphasis into the range of electric cars, especially when we have such decent quick chargers everywhere anymore. and it's growing in Europe as well. Greece, I don't know about Greece. George, how's your quick charging infrastructure in Greece, buddy? Because I don't need AC right now. Oh yeah, exactly. I get that. AC zaps it on the Leaf, but the heater's worse than the AC. I find on the Nissan cars. Not good. Oh, okay. That's not good to hear. Yeah, we have an excellent one over here. I'm not gonna say anything because it sounds too much like I'm bragging, but it's really good, and so I never have to worry about running low on battery. Yeah. Just go to the Tesla stores when they are closed. Film through the window. They have shutters over here. All the stores in Japan, they have shutters, and they close the shutters. And so it'd be kind of hard to film through the windows. Such a teeny store in the first place. They only have one little car in this little teeny bay on the first floor. You have to go upstairs to see the bigger showroom. And I took Jean-Pierre. I took him from France when he visited. I took him over there, and he was surprised about the store. And it's not like we have a lot of stores over here. It's like we have one in Tokyo, one in Osaka, and one in Hokkaido, I think. That's about it, I think. Might be more by now, but not very many. Greece's age is back. Well, that's too bad to hear, George. That's not good. Well, but you're helping, George. People like you're helping. Even though you don't have a good infrastructure, you're buying the EVs. You're putting with your EV footprint out there. It's gonna force these companies to start supplying. It's called supply and demand. There's gonna be a demand eventually, and it's gonna force them to start supplying quick chargers. So you're the man. I guess I could say you're the man. I didn't have that. I didn't have to make the sacrifice like you're having to make. I didn't make any sacrifice. By the time I bought my Leaf, they already had a pretty strong infrastructure in Japan. I wasn't an early adopter over here, and so I'm really not in your situation, and I feel for you, dude. But yeah, I just keep showing your car to your buddies until try to get your buddies to people you run into, try to get them to invest in EV, and maybe it'll work. But we risk it, and we are happy. 10 months EV on, awesome. It's a great feeling. What's really cool about these little battery? You have a small battery car. They charge really inexpensively at your house overnight, especially during the cheap electric rates. Tesla store in Tokyo, Osaka. Oh wow, they got 4 locations now after since 2012. But anyways, yeah. Well, I can always go to Osaka. Kanagawa is closer. I go to Kanagawa, and they don't know me yet. They won't kick me. They might not kick me out so soon. We paid to move like 180. Is that euros? Yeah, 180 euro. $1. One point. How do you say it? One euro? I don't even know how to say that. Per 100 kilometers. That's really cheap. That's really cheap. Yeah, Europe and America are getting national charging networks installed right now. Awesome. Yeah, in Japan, like I said, Nissan's teamed up with some Chinese company, and they're putting these wicked powerful 500 kilowatt chargers in. They're starting to put those in over here too. So they're updating the chargers. The current chargers they have, they're updating to 500, just making it possible because lately the Teslas don't have much of a network over here. 12 or 13 chargers in all of Japan, and so they tend to use our highway chargers, which are 50 kilowatt chargers. And so I think they're going to start with the highway chargers. Are going to get the upgrade first because it's killing all the other cars. These Teslas with these high capacity battery cars plug into the 50 kilowatt charger, and they don't obey the rules because they can't really. The etiquette rules are over here are 30 minutes or 80%, whichever comes first. And after that, you have to get out of line and get back in line. Well, they can't do that. Well, not with that high capacity battery, so they just keep unplugging, plugging in, unplugging, plugging in. So it's causing trouble. Tesla, no. We pay to move. Okay, no. I'm falling behind. Here we go. Like $2 for 100 kilometers. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What I was gonna say is, if you charge at night, it's pretty cheap. And you wake up in the morning, you got a fully charged car, ready to go. You're good to go. It's a great feeling. You don't have to, man, I remember because we use our van for work. And when we had the bongo, we had the Mazda bongo. Man, it would be times I woke up early in the morning. It's like, oh, crap, I forgot to get gas. And I don't have the time. So you have to rush to the gas station, get that, like put a half a tank in just so you can, because they're running late. Just hated it. Early in the morning or freezing. Don't have to do with that with electric cars. I love that. Love that. Wow, this counter is all over the place. It went up to 5, now we're down to 3. It's crazy. I don't know what to trust. So yeah, George, I feel for you, dude. I do, and I hope Greece gets their act together soon, or some company pops up and starts offering quick charging, so you can take some trips in that car. And you'll see once you get an infrastructure that even a 160-kilometer range car can work quite well. It really can. If you don't mind the 15-minute stops once in a while, which I like, because I can go the way I drive, and it sounds like Aaron too. I milk that battery as much as I can, so it's not like I'm speeding down the highway. I'm going the speed limit, and so I can be driving even with my Leaf. I had what was that? At the most 200. I usually got about 190 200 range on that car. And I could be driving 4 or 5 hours before I have to charge. So you're tired. So I pull in and I was glad I had a 15-minute break. So now I'm down to 2. Oh, YouTube is just messing with my head. YouTube is messing with my head. There's no way somebody logged out, because I know you guys. You guys you're good guys. I know you would say goodbye before you would just cut out. So I'm just rude. YouTube is messing with my head. Thanks a lot, YouTube. Yes, today we'll make a road trip, 200 kilometers. Awesome. Well, I hope you have a good time. That's awesome. And you know what? Those slow chargers aren't bad either. I don't mind the 200-volt chargers. L2 is what they're called, I think, over here. I don't mind those chargers at all, because that gives me like an hour and a half, 2 hours to walk around and do some shopping, have some fun, and get back in the car, and it's almost 80% charge. There you go. YouTube is just flaky. Yeah. Thanks, station. I think they are. I think YouTube is flaky. It's just really acting weird. Also, I don't know. It irritates me because I keep my eye on that to see when it's okay to start getting into the meat of things, and it's just like blah, 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 blah. So I'm just I'm vamping. I'm trying to wait for enough people. But since you guys already know, I was going to talk about motor efficiency and how cool it is, and how efficient the batteries are to the motor, and the energy and the energy lost between battery and motor. And I was going to talk about all that stuff, but it's kind of good that you guys already know that stuff, because I had all that stuff. I did my homework. I had all stuff lined up. I Googled everything, but when my computer crashed, I lost all those home pages. I lost all the research, so I'd have to go off memory, and it wouldn't be exactly correct. So have not driven any long trips in my Leaf because no fast charge outside of city. That's messed up. I have a niece living over there in Phoenix. I love Phoenix. That's a great little city. As a matter of fact, I watch a channel I've never recommended on my channel, because he's a pretty hardcore Baptist preacher. He's pretty hardcore, and he's kind of famous in your area. If I mention his name, you would know who I was talking about, probably. Yeah. He likes to get in trouble with the law, I swear. But I kind of like the guy. He's interesting, and he does good sermons a lot of time. Anyways, he's from that area. I love Phoenix. I had one of my roommates when I lived in Washington came up from Phoenix. Now that guy was a bad dude. He caused a lot of trouble for me, but he would tell me stuff about Phoenix, and I was like, man, I want to live over there. I've always liked Phoenix. I like hot weather. Probably I get there, I wouldn't like it anymore. I get over there, the summers would be wicked hot, but it's a dry heat, right? It's not like over here. I think I could handle it. And also, everybody seems to have a pool in their backyard in Phoenix because it's so hot. I know my niece does. She just got over there last year. Already bought a house with a pool. I was like, dang. She works for she's some kind of attorney's assistant or something like that. If I'll get another new car, it's going to be also EV, I guess. I am in love with 64 kilowatt hour Kona. Yeah, a lot of people like that. And I'm not going to knock it because it has better range than the the Model X. So that's saying something. It is teeny. It's kind of small compared to that, but it's good. It is. I know. This guy has some terrible scars on him. And I said, dude, what happened? Were you in a bad car accident? He says, no, that was from a really massive bad sunburn. And I couldn't believe it because it looked like he was like in a car fire or something. He's like, no, that was a sunburn. It was a really hot day in Phoenix and I wasn't paying attention and I think he fell asleep or something. Terrible. It's like, wow, it gets that hot. He says, yeah, it does. It was pretty wicked hot that day. I was like, dang. It's fine. It's over in the 70s during the day. We're like that. We're like, today is a nice 68-degree day. We're in the low, high 60s, low 70s ourselves. And the humidity's gone. So it's nice. It's nice. It's quite comfortable. Right? We have a bit of a breeze, which is really annoying me with this, what do you call it? The parasol. But, yeah, it's really quite pleasant to be outside. So I'm outside today up on my filthy, messy deck. Dude, it's so messy up here. It's embarrassing because we had a typhoon and typhoon just ripped things to pieces up here and I haven't cleaned up since then yet. I mean, you just see the remnants of a kid's play pool and stuff. Just ripped stuff up. Got garbage all over the place up here. Better plug this in. Yeah, Kona's a good car, George. That's a nice car. Is it available over? Is it going to be available right away? We're not going to get it. I would love to do a review of that. Like, Bjorn's already done it though, so why even bother? Really? I mean, Bjorn's full time. He's got the budget. He's got the subscribers. He's got the backers, and he's also got the clout. When you get to that 100,000 mark, people take you more seriously, and car company stuff. So he's been able to go to Korea and check out these cars before they're available and stuff. So I mean, why do I even have to? I don't even have to bother, really. I guess I would love to do it. That's the kind of stuff I like to do, and give my honest opinion and stuff. But I think Bjorn, he is pretty good. He did pretty good on his quick review of the EMV 200, the one I watched when he was on some island doing it. He hit some things. He's very observant. He hit some stuff pretty quickly. And I was like, wow, that's impressive. I don't know if I would have caught that so quickly. Like, he figured out the back seats, the third row seats are definitely the best seats in the whole car. That's so true. That's so true. It's so funny. The front passenger seat is just awful because for some reason the firewall's pushed way up. I don't know why. You don't need it. There's no engine. But they pushed the firewall so pushed up on the EMV on the passenger side that if you're somebody like me, and I'm not even that tall, but your legs are like practically to your chest sitting there with the seat all the way back. And then the seat's got a strange hinge because it folds into a table. So it's just not comfortable. There's no lumbar support. So it's the worst seat in the whole car. Driver's seat's pretty good. Driver's seat's good in the EMV. The middle row is awful because it doesn't slide back and forth and it doesn't really recline much. So that's what you get, what you got. The third row reclines really well. They don't move back and forth, but there's more legroom between the third row and the middle row than the middle row to the front seats. There's more legroom between, and also they're wider and they're softer. They made the cushion on the third row seat softer because you're right above the leaf springs, so you're bouncing more. But it's the softer material, so it's more comfortable. So it's funny. That's funny. It's really wet at the beginning of October. Well, we're having terrible rain too lately. Today, yesterday, and the day before yesterday was very nice weather. But as you could see, if you watch that video, it was raining the day I did the reshoot. I didn't tell you that. That video I made of the GTR, the beginning part where I'm talking, I actually did the whole thing on a nice, beautiful sunny day, the same day I took the trip to Ginza. And when I got back that night to start editing the video, I realized, oh crap, I'm out of focus the whole time. I had the stupid face and eye focus thing turned on, but for some reason it just locked onto the car behind me. Like the car has a face better. I guess it liked the car's face more than mine. Well, I get that. The car is a better looking car. I mean, better looking face than me. But anyways, yeah, it locked on that. So I had to reshoot. And of course the day I reshot, you can see it was just soaking wet outside. We have been getting a lot of rain lately. So we're comparing weather. This is what I've been degraded to on my channel. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing here. I want to talk EVs. Want to talk EVs. So, anyways, okay, let's see. George says, no in Greece is available only. Okay, saying BMW, Volkswagen, Nissan, and Smart. Only those you can buy in Greece. But slowly we are growing. So for Kona, we have to wait. Yeah, over here we don't have Kona either. No Kias, no Hyundais, no Volkswagens really. I've heard the E-Up might show up, and I've heard the rumors that we might possibly get that Volkswagen bus. What's it called? The retro electric bus. We should be getting that. Now let's talk about the Kona. I want to talk about the Kona. It's to me. Okay, George, buzz. Oh, the bus. I say bus. It's the retro bus, electric bus. Is going to come out in 2022, 23. It's supposed to be over here. I love the format because they're using the same platform that GM was talking about back in their, I think, early 90s when they were, back in the EV1 days. And they were talking about they would love to have a format where they had the battery and the flat battery bed. This is before Tesla was even around. And then they're going to have the hub motors. And what they could do is just, you could, have this garage and push a button and a body could go down. Like, today I'm going to drive a sports car. Boom. Got the lighter body so you have more zip and more power. And or today I need a big passenger van, so I'm gonna put the van on. So because I carry or SUV, and of course it's heavier, so it doesn't have the pep of the sports car, but it's got the 4-wheel drive of a SUV. So that was their dream to make something like that. And finally somebody's doing it. I mean, the technology's been around for ages, but finally Volkswagen's doing it. Tesla does it to a point. I mean, yeah, they do it. But I think the Volkswagen is going to be even more so. The way they talk about that, that's what the whole point of that drive-by-wire, both drive-by-wire and having that flat format. You could just push your interior space way to the edges, and so it just makes the thing feel even roomier and stuff. It was really cool. Over here, Kona is California only. What do you think about Tesla cooking the books on the Q3 earnings? I'm not going to give them much crap because, goodness gracious, Nissan, they're in the news again. Nissan, another scandal. Tax evasion. They got busted for tax haven or something like that. I mean, Nissan's always they're always doing. That's the name of the game when you're dealing with corporations, and this is why I don't give any corporation my full alliance or my full allegiance to. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a fanboy. I don't go into 100% into Apple or Windows or anybody, Android or anybody out there, including cars, because they're typical corporates. In it's easy. They do these stupid marketing and PR things to make you feel like you're part of a community, part of a family, and they want you to buy the biggest, best thing. And it's all BS. It's all BS. It's all consumerism. I'm not all for that. I love my electric cars, and I'll continue buying electric cars, but I'm not locked into one brand particularly. As a matter of fact, this stupid wind is getting bad. I'm gonna have to change this. Sorry guys, you have to see my fat stomach. All right, it's getting a little breezy. Okay, so anyways, so I got my eyes open to BMW, the i3, because that fit perfectly in my parking area, or a used Model 3 or S. My wife's not too keen on an S because it is so freaking huge. I'd have to rent a parking spot for that thing. It's just a gigantic car for Japan. It's just huge. But if it's cheap enough, if I can get a used one cheap enough, which it should be, I should be able to, because the resale value is so bad on those. The trick is the resale value for me to trade in, I should say not resale, the trade-in value is so bad in those cars, but then they turn around and sell them for over blue book. It's just the name of the biz over here. It's just the same as, you guys might be surprised. We don't have any secondhand stores. They don't exist. You don't have a Goodwill or Value Village or any of those things over here. You have what they call recycle shops. And what they do is they take a product like this 2012 12 MacBook Pro would be basically $100 less than what it was new, and it's recycled. Getting a deal. That's what they do over here. Yeah, and that's how they just run business on everything. And they always have a saying. They have a saying, "Kore wa kore, sore wa sore. Kore wa kore, sore wa sore." And I hate that. They say it all the time. It just drives me nuts. In business, they always say, "Kore wa kore, sore wa sore," meaning this is that. You know, nothing personal. Nothing personal. It's just business. And like that's how they get away with stuff. Nothing personal. Just business. That's why it was kind of funny during the 80s. I was just a kid back then, but during the 80s and 90s when the Japan economy was booming, when they had the bubble economy, and they were doing lots of business with foreign real estate agents and stuff, and it would just drive those yuppies nuts in America because they'd have a handshake, they'd do all this stuff, and the Japanese would just turn around and just stab them in the back. And it's like, well, I thought we had a deal. Nothing personal, just business, kind of thing. And that's their attitude. And they do it to their own. They do it to their. It's not like they're just being nasty to foreigners. They do it to their own people. So this is how they work. And so yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a good deal on any used car, but that's what I'm hoping. Yeah. What do you think about this? Cook me. Looks like ID Buzz. I expect they'll change the name. ID now it's the ID Buzz. Oh, okay. ID, it was called something else, I thought. Now it's the ID Buzz, and it probably will change. If Elon cares so much about the environment, why is he only bothered about Tesla? Why is he only bothered about Tesla? Why does he not open up the supercharger network to everyone and build on the network with other manufacturers? I've asked the same question, Shane, and I get a lot of Tesla owners that you're asking a very that's a heated topic, yeah, because I have that problem where I get so angry because there's not a lot of chargers over here. We don't have a lot of superchargers, but I'm not allowed any access to them. But we do share. Nissan will share their chargers, and like if a Tesla goes to a Nissan dealership, they'll let you charge for free. They can charge for free. Nissan's really kind. Yeah, go ahead, plug in, fine, and they'll give them 30 minutes for free. And if you buy a Tesla over here, they even give you the adapter for the CHAdeMO adapter. It comes free with the car. I heard that's like a $300 option. It's just free with the car because they're just so kind over here, and they can use our charger network. And but we're not allowed to get near theirs. Yeah, they keep theirs locked up in hotel parking areas and stuff. So if you don't have a Tesla, they won't let you near it and stuff. So yeah, it's a good question, and I've talked about that in previous videos, and I've had a lot of resistance from Tesla saying, well, no, they do offer it, and then it's because of you guys. It's your fault that they don't share and stuff. It's like, okay, no mas. I don't want to talk about it anymore. But it's a great point. And yeah, if they care so much about the environment, why do they charge such exorbitant prices when battery technology keeps coming down? In fact, what they do to try to keep the prices up, every time the battery technology gets cheaper and cheaper to make the batteries, they just put a bigger capacity battery in their car that already has a big enough capacity, just make it bigger and bigger and bigger, add more motors and whatever, more power and stuff like that, just to keep the price up. They're not even interested in trying to. I've talked about that too. Because this guy, I mean, I have no problem with that. If you just be honest with us, I have no problem with him selling the car for what he sells it for, if you're just being honest. But he parades around like he's going to save the earth with these cars. It's like, just be honest, dude. It's a business. It's a business. You want to make some money. Got it. Okay, got it. Because your footprint, sure. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Station 240 said he tried. The other companies didn't want to put the money into it. Bingo! I nailed it. Boom. Station 240 is like, of course you. No fighting. But I knew that was going to happen. It's always our fault. I have a 2007 MacBook collecting dust. Yeah. This is actually, what is this? Let me look it up. Yeah, but Dozo. All right. What is mine? About this Mac. Hang on. Oh, come on. Oh, you know what? I updated this Mac. That was the biggest mistake because it kept bothering me. Update the Mojave. Update the Mojave. You need to update the Mojave. It doesn't say don't. Like, it says update now or later. There's no like don't want to update. It's now or later. So I finally updated, and it's the biggest mistake I made on this computer. This is the mid 2012. I actually bought it like 2015, just before they stopped making these. What they did is it's a 2012, but every year they would tweak it a little bit, add a little better memory, a little faster CPU. So it's a mid 2012 model, but it's a 2015 stuff in it, and so it can handle video editing. I can't do 4K on it, but it can handle 1080p to a point. But I am only working off of 8 gigs. I can expand to 16 gigs of mem. I should do that. This thing, that's the reason I bought it. It has all the ports. It has the DVD burner on it, and you can actually still upgrade the memory and even the hard drive if you want. And I'm thinking about sending it to Louis Rossman over in New York when this hard drive is already acting up. This is a brand new hard drive about a year ago because it crashed, and there's videos about that on my channel. And it's already starting to click again, it's starting to make noise again. So when it finally dies, I think I'll send it over to Louis and say, put in a flash hard drive, at least 2 terabytes, and also upgrade to 16 gigs of RAM for me. I know it's taking a risk because I don't know how much longer the display is going to last, but I think that thing I think I might be able to do 4K if I have those 2 things, because I am running a i7. It's a dual core, but it's an i7 Intel on it, which is pretty good. So if I had the flash hard drive and the bigger RAM, yeah, I think it'd be good enough for 4K still. It's a good little computer, except for the hard drive sucks. Yeah. I know it's heated topic, but Tesla fanboys are unreal when it comes to living real. Yeah, he does use so. Yeah, the supercharger network is private, not helping the EV movement. Yeah, as soon as the Model S drops in price, Tesla make another option standard to raise the price back up. Yeah. I didn't know your name. I think I have to leave your chat soon. Nice to talk a bit with you. Oh, my name is James. James is my middle name. I go by my middle name, but that's my main name, James. And nice to meet you. This is George, huh? Nice to meet you, George. Thank you for joining us. Please hit the subscribe button, and next time we're doing a chat or something, you'll hopefully get a note. Oh, subscribe, and then also you have to hit that bell because the way YouTube works anymore. If you could, it would be great. And then you can join us on the next chat. I usually do these about the same time every week. And if that's not a good time for you, let me know, and I'll try to work around some more, because Aaron gives me bad time too all the time. Right, Aaron? So I'd love to do some more chats with you guys. The original topic I was going to talk about didn't work out. Everyone's a heavy duty EV user. I will do that topic eventually if I can get enough newbies onto this, and because I think it's really important for them to know the logistics of their cars versus EVs and stuff. So anyways, it was great, James. Okay. Thanks, George. You subscribed? Awesome. Thank you so much. George, it's great having you with my community. Welcome to our community. And my boys here, Station 240, Aaron, Shane, not sure. Shane's, I think, new too. Shane, welcome. I've got some other guys, Old Slow Jim and No. Keep your eye out for No. It goes, no! Anyways, those guys are really good people. And if you ever have any questions or anything, they can help you with. They can help you a lot, and hopefully I can too. Keep in mind, I'm kind of like you. I'm in a very I'm in an area where it's kind of sheltered. I don't have access to all the cars that other countries have access to. So, like, especially the Kona. I wanted to talk about the Kona, and now it's getting too late for you. But if you have any questions about the Kona and stuff, these guys can help. They know more about it than me, probably. I have watched Bjorn's review. George, I'm sure you know who Bjorn is. Check out his review of the Kona as well. So, anyways, thank you. It's only 11:25. Rizwan, him. Nice to see you live again. Live again. Oh, yeah. I'm live. I am alive and I'm live. Yeah. So nice to see you again. Rizwan, nice to see you again. And Shane, are you new or are you a recurring person that I haven't seen for a while? No problem, George. No problem. I'll see you again, buddy. Have a good night or have a good trip. Have a great trip. Enjoy that little car. Great. Okay. Come on, electric cars are the best. Doesn't matter what size. They're the best. Great ride. All right, Rizwan, are you new? No, you're not too new. I haven't seen you for a while. And also, Shane, are you new? Shane, are you? The Kona is, I think, the best EV out there at the minimum well built great price. Oh yeah. I've been with you for a while now. Oh, thanks, Shane. Thank you. Well, I guess it's the first time commenting. I think you've commented maybe, if I can remember, a while back, but it's been a while. So thank you for joining, and thank you for the commenting. I love it. Not new. Been subscribed for a couple of months at least. Well, thanks, Rizwan. Thank you. Yeah, sorry about not doing a live stream last week. I wasn't feeling too well. I've been fighting a cold or something. It was electric. I try to learn everything I can about. Yeah, absolutely. And the Kona. Let's talk about the Kona. I know George's gonna miss out, but let's talk about the Kona. I checked it out. I did a video about that, the live stream about that a while back. And like I said, I prefer what Kia's got something very similar coming out. I prefer the styling of that a little more. The Kona has those heavy duty black fenders on it, the black plastic fenders that fade really quickly. It's similar to I think the Element, the Honda Element has that kind of styling. I'm not a huge fan of that. It's just a style, you know. The electric vehicle itself, I bet you I'd fall in love with if I drove it. I'm sure of it. From what I hear from a lot of people, it's quite fun. It's got quite a lot of power for its size, and the range is ridiculous on it. And for the price, right on. In Korea, they're not making crap. Their EVs are really well made, and the battery technology. Come on, most cars are using either LG or Samsung batteries. You know, so their batteries are great. Yeah, don't comment much, but I'll start to add my pin. Thanks, Shane. Appreciate it. Glad you got my back sometimes. Thank you. I think if you buy the one with the most range, you really have a car for 10 plus years. Yeah, oh my gosh, Shane, you and I are on the same page. Neil, oh great, Neil's another good old time subscriber, and he's been a loyal subscriber since the beginning. Good guy. He owns a Leaf and a Tesla, and thanks for joining us. Oldest sub here in more ways than one. I wouldn't go that far. I think Terry would he would argue with it on that one. Terry's another old-time subscriber. He actually supports me on Patreon, and he's a good old guy. Old Navy vet. He used to live over here. He's a good guy, and I owe him a care package because he's my best subscriber, my top tier supporter on my Patreon, and I'm just taking forever to send it to him. I was much quicker with you, Neil, when I sent you the ear care package. I feel bad because I got a lot of the stuff here. I bought him T-shirts and candies and all kinds of stuff, but I feel like it's still light. Because he's like you. He's been around since the beginning, and I feel like I really want to send him something big, not like this size, and I want to give him something nice. And so I keep holding off, and I keep thinking I'll see something when I'm out, and I'll pick something out because I can't think anything. The guy's lived over here, so it's not like I can get him anything like Japanesey kind of thing, and he probably already has that. So I'm just looking for unique things that I think he might find interesting. And so I'm doing the best I can. He's a good guy, just all you guys are. You guys are. I love my community. You guys are all great, and so I just I'm kind of the opposite of most YouTubers. Most YouTubers, like I'm a huge Owen Benjamin fan. I'm always pushing his channel. As a matter of fact, I was in a really piss poor mood before I started the stream, not just because my computer crashing, but I watched one of his videos, just his latest stream he did, and it was so depressing. It was so sad and dark, and about Hollywood and stuff. And so I was a little upset about that. But he just gets tons of support, and he's getting tons of packages, presents, and stuff all the time because he can do a P.O. box. In Japan, we don't have P.O. boxes, and my wife would not let me put out our home address, obviously for obvious reasons. So I can't really get stuff easily like he can. And so I'm the opposite. I tend to send my subscribers things. They don't send me, I send them stuff because I appreciate you guys so much. I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate your support. You just watching my channels is the biggest thing you could do for me because it's what I like. A lot of you guys probably already know this. Your old time subscribers know why I started this channel. It's therapeutic for me in a lot of ways. I don't know what to call it. It's still called Asperger's over here. I think it's called Spectrum or something like that. It's a type of autism where I've always had I've been socially just totally terrible, and I tend to piss people off really easily, and it's not intentional. And it's not like I'm trying to be mean or anything. It's just I come off that way, and I'm trying to improve myself. And I remember when I was in high school and in college, I was watching people, spending hours just watching how people interact and stuff. And I took acting class. I took speech class. I took all these things trying to improve my communications ability. And this is another way of just trying to do that. Just using YouTube. And it's one of the reasons why I did it. Also, my passion for cars in general, but also the EVs. When I first started, the Leaf was so new to me still. I only had it for like 6 months, and I was just like, I was in la la land. I just loved it. I was just like, it was such a high to drive that car. I would find reasons to get out and go somewhere just so I could drive the car. It was just so much fun to be in that car, and it still is. And the funny thing is, I haven't lost any of that enthusiasm. Like with a lot of gasoline cars I bought when they're new, it's like, oh, you're so excited you got that new gasoline car, and they're great and all, but eventually it kind of wears off. It's kind of about the same time the new car smell wears off. You're back to normal with the car. It's like it's a car. It's a nice car and everything, but you're not like charged and just like about it. But with my Leaf, I never lost that feeling. It broke my heart having to get rid of it. But financially, it was stupid holding on to it anyway. It was dumb. And somebody's right. If I do buy a secondhand car, it might be a Leaf. It might be a first gen Leaf again. I really loved my first gen Leaf, and the range was perfect for over here. And I would just buy it and maybe pop a new battery in that puppy and be like a brand new car anyways for a lot less money. Let's see. Performance scale 300 miles at 55 miles. That's crazy. Yeah, that's great. Like that's about the same as my little my gasoline car, that little one. Like I said, highway I can do about 300, a little over 300. No, what am I saying? I can't do 300 miles on my gasoline car. I can do 300 and some kilometers on my gasoline car. Oh, what is that? 330. That's about 330 kilometers. 1.6. I can do about 206. That's better range than my than my gasoline car. That's crazy good. That's really good. Tesla against Shane. Tesla again. Sorry, but I'm a trader. I've been doing a few numbers. What do you think? By my figures, Tesla's spending $200 million a month on warranty work. Shane, no company can do this. Shane, that's a good point. And I have thought about that. And the reason why is because other people brought this up, including Tesla owners. I've watched other Tesla channels where these people bought the Model X. It's really killing Tesla. Because the Model X has just got like a list, like the length of my arm usually, of problems when they buy the car. And it just keeps going back, and they have to keep fixing it, repairing, and cleaning it up. And a lot of Tesla owners have been talking about that. It's not just the X. Like what they do is they rush the cars off the line because they're so far behind. They're just rushing the cars off, and they feel like, well, we'll just deal with the imperfections later on. Well, that costs extra money. I know you want to get the cars out quickly, but while it's on the line, if you do it right the first time, it'll be a lot more efficient than if you take the car back, give them a trade-in, give them a loaner car, do the labor and the parts, and repair it later. That's just a lot more. You're wasting money, and that's what Tesla's doing. You're absolutely right, Shane. And Shane, you're on point. You nailed it. And I think I talked about that a little bit. I didn't do the numbers. $200 million a month. I believe that. I believe that. Considering they rush out all the cars. I've heard some terrible stories about even the Model 3 they're rushing out to the point where now you can't even choose a paint color. If you want the Model 3 quickly, you take the color they offer. What is it, white? I don't know. I can't remember, but which I like. I mean, the funny thing is I would buy that car. If I had the choice of color, I would buy that one. But some people might want a different color, and if they want a different color, it takes a lot longer. Yeah, good point, Shane. Good point. No company can do it. No company should be able to do it. But the reason why Tesla can do it is because they are still getting help from state governments, not Fed. They're not getting any federal money anymore, I don't think. But California is giving them huge rebates for having an EV business. They're getting huge money back every year. As a matter of fact, they got in trouble because they took too much money in 1 year from California. They took too much money, and California figured it out. I was like, dude, you took too much. Yeah. So, yeah. Here's one for you. Here's one for you. The more EV they are, the cheaper petrol will be. End of day, supply and demand. I can see electricity prices rise and rise more. Well, yeah, that's going to happen too, Shane. That's going to happen. That's why we don't want to stress the infrastructure right away. And I've had discussions about that many times. You don't want to have like instantly 20 or even 30% of the cars on the road electric. It's gonna put a big burden on the electric infrastructure, and the power companies will have to jack the prices up to pop up some new power stations quickly. And so I think the way things are going right now, the slow integration, I think we're good to go. The more houses that go solar will help a lot. I'm not an environmentalist per se, but I have nothing wrong with solar panels. They are great for collecting electricity instead of just your shingles collecting heat. And on the bonus on it is it does protect your shingles. It does help protect your roof a little bit as well. And so and they're getting more and more inexpensive. So solar panels are pretty cool, especially for the fact that if some people in some states, they can go completely off grid, which is really awesome. They can buy battery banks and have the inverters, and they can run their whole house at night off the electricity they collect in the daytime. And that's really cool. And with the efficiency climbing on these solar panels and the prices dropping on them, you can get quite a bit of a pretty heavy duty kilowatt station of energy from solar panels. And they're getting better and better. So yeah, I would say gas prices. I don't think gas prices will ever go down. I don't buy that. Because of OPEC controlling so much of it. OPEC, no, those guys, they won't allow gas prices to be. They can make those gas prices any price they want, and they're proving that right now. And so yeah, supply and demand usually works, but not in the oil industry. I disagree with that one. That's why you might be better off with e-tron because of building quality. Build quality. Okay. That's why I'm going solar. Charge the Leaf with solar now. We'll be adding to charge the Tesla. Absolutely. Full disclosure, I got a little bit of money from my father when he passed away. Not a lot. And a lot of it had to go to bills that were, I was getting kind of behind. And I paid those bills off. And I still had a little bit left over. And I was thinking about investing in a small second property. And I found a really cheap kind of close to the beach property. It was still country. It was like near farm. It was all around. Farmland was all surrounding it. So I kept it cheap. And it wasn't anything big, not even an acre. I'd say about a quarter acre. It's not a huge piece of property, but it had a little teeny house on it with solar panels, and they're really nice, pretty late model solar panels. And I checked it out, and they're producing quite a bit of electricity even on a cloudy day. And I was just drilling over that. And I thought I was going to be able to get it because it's such a cheap piece of property. And I had more than 10% to put towards it. And the monthly payments would have been like, for even just a 15-year loan, it would have been like $300 a month. But because I'm a foreigner, the bank wouldn't give me the loan. So I was like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So, but yeah, I really do I want solar panels. This house can't handle it. I totally described the north, south, east, west totally incorrectly last time I was talking about it. My house is, that way is south. So the solar panel should be on this side, I believe how it works, right? But unfortunately, I have no roof going this direction. It's facing east. Most of my roof is facing east, right? That would be, did I do it again? That's west. That's west. North, south, east, west, right? So it's facing west. And so it just wouldn't be very efficient to have solar panels on this house, so I can't do it. But I would love to have solar panels myself. Your phone's overheating. Random green blocks on the screen. It's not a phone. It's my computer. It's a piece of crap, and it is overheating. The fans are going nuts. I said it might crash. This thing is just. I hate this thing. I used to love it. Now I hate it. It's just not enough power for anything anymore. What happened was it had an automatic update to the OS, and it destroyed it. This latest update is just crap. I hate it. The keyboard died. I don't have a keyboard cover for this thing anymore, so it's strictly a tablet now, and the battery shot. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of this $3,000 brick. So I apologize about the picture quality and the sound quality and all that stuff. And if this thing crashes again, I apologize, but we'll do what we can. Though it could be a bug in YouTube out. Shane, what the Tesla fans don't realize is that other manufacturers can make better cars. Like EV. No, I think they do know that, Shane. I'll be honest with you. I had a discussion with No and Neil, and they were talking about the build quality of their Model S's, and they were pretty honest. They said, yeah, they preferred the least build quality, and that blew me away because these are expensive cars. These are not, Teslas are not cheap, and it's really going to be hard for a person that put that kind of money into a car to be open about the flaws. And one of the flaws, and even Bjorn mentioned it when he had his Model S, his original S, the red one, he would point out, he did. That was one thing everybody appreciated about Bjorn. He would point out all the flaws and all the build quality problems and the leaks and the bad headliners and all that stuff, the seats and everything. And yeah, the build quality, I always was impressed by the build quality of my Leaf. Unfortunately, the battery build quality, not so impressive. However, the 24 kilowatt first gens are really good. You get to 30 and it was like cutting a third. I was doing did my homework for this channel to talk about the basics. And one of the things I found out is they're finding out these 30 kilowatt hour Leafs are crap. The batteries are like a third of the lifespan of a 24. And so, yeah, I really could not recommend anybody buying a 30 even used. Because you replace the battery and it's still going to go bad quickly. It's just something's up with that. And so it makes you a little nervous about the 40 kilowatts. So I would definitely hold off on buying a Leaf until that LG battery version comes out sometime next year. Yeah, the build quality, however, on the vehicle itself, yeah, quite good, as well as other cars. Like, of course, the BMW. Oh, gosh, yeah, BMW build quality on that i3 is really excellent. I can't say anything for the Bolt. I did use the Bolt for the 2 weeks I was over in America last year, and I loved it. I thought it was great. It was a teeny car, but it felt good. The build quality felt pretty good, and the battery seems pretty good on it. But I was really disappointed in the infrastructure for it. But it was a nice car. I think the build quality was quite good on that car. As a matter of fact, the guy I rented it from Turo, he has a Model S in the Bolt and a couple other cars. And he says he's really excited when people don't rent the Bolt because he loves driving that more than the Model S. Go figure. And that was interesting. Yeah, but the Tesla owners, the honest ones, they are aware. They are aware that the build quality is a little substandard, but you are getting, in other areas, you're getting superiority. The battery technology is superior. Everyone's agreeing with that. I talked about, there was a company that just did, what they do is they work in Washington, D.C., some kind of government agency, and they take the cars and they backwards engineer. They just totally strip them down, and they look at everything, how they work. And this company that stripped it down, they said, okay, they gave the pros and cons of how it was built. And they said, yeah, the building, especially like welding and the body, they got a big F on how they build the car. It's like really inefficient. It's not cost effective at all compared to other companies out there. But the thing that it got accolades on was motor quality was incredible. The motors are high efficient, super efficient motors and very powerful. And the battery technology and the battery cooling. They said they've never seen a battery cooling system, the active thermal management system on a battery system like this. It was like perfection. They said it was beautiful, and they said it would definitely help keep the Tesla batteries out there much longer. The batteries are also very good batteries. You lose the thermal management system to it, you could have a problem because those batteries they're very they're very strong on health. They'll last a long time, but they also means they're very volatile. They're using much more volatile chemicals, and so you can easily get thermal runaway. And for those of you who don't know what thermal runaway is as you're using the battery, it starts to get temperature, it starts heating up, and even when the battery's sitting, it can even get some thermal runaway depending on what's going on if you're charging or not. And what happens is if you don't have a thermal management system keeping it cool, it just keeps building on itself. And just eventually it just bursts into flames. What, babe? Anyways, so what I'm saying is the build quality is poor in some areas, but it's superior in other areas, and that's what these people are paying for. They're paying for the drive performance. The suspension is really nice, both spring and pneumatic. It's really nice in the car. The power, the motors are incredible. They're like bulletproof motors that last forever, and the batteries are really good. They're really good batteries, and the thermal management system is really good when it works. They've had some fires happen and occur, and that's when the thermal management system has crashed on it and it didn't work. And yeah, the thermal management, the thermal runaway took off, and they've had some fires, but I think they're getting that worked out. I'm not trying to defend Tesla, but I'm also saying I'm not going to dump on Tesla either, because I'm not a big fan of Elon. I feel like he's a scumbag liar, and I don't like how he runs the company. But I like the cars themselves. I do like the cars. I've driven a few of them. I haven't driven the X, but I've driven the S. I guess I've driven one of them. I can't get a hold of 3, so I've driven one. I've driven the S, and I've driven a few times. And it's a nice ride. It's a nice car. Not a big fan of those seats too much. I think they're kind of cheesy. I wish they'd have a movable headrest, or even like a removable headrest. Like I like that style. But because I think it's because my father, we had an RX-3, a Mazda RX-3 when I was growing up, and I loved that little car. And it had the exact style seats, but it was fake. It was a vinyl seat, with fake leather, and it looked just like those seats. It was black. Those were black seats in the Mazda, but they looked identical to those seats in the Tesla. And I think that's why I have a problem with it, because my RX-3 was a cheap little crappy little rotary little station wagon, and with these vinyl seats that were just awful in the summertime. I remember that growing up, just awful in the summertime and wintertime, just awful to sit in the wintertime. But yeah, the Tesla seats look just like that in white. So not a big fan of the seats, but I like the car, Shane. I do. I'm not trying to, I'm just trying to, I'm not going to be a fanboy. Go, this car is better than this car. The Tesla people, if you watch my videos and listen to and watch the comments, they're honest. They'll talk about the flaws. These guys are honest, and they're fully aware of the flaws of Tesla. But the good things about it to them, to those owners, outweigh the flaws, like the poor build quality, especially the headliner. And I was really not impressed with the rubber around the seals, rubber seals and stuff. Pretty bad, pretty poor quality. But they can overlook that, because also there is a good one. They have good after service. They do get, that's another thing. You get really good after service, which is costing $200 million a month, roughly, it sounds like. But their after service is pretty good. I do disagree with the battery tech. The LG batteries are far superior. Sorry, but they are. Oh, okay, Shane. I'm not going to fight with you on that, because I don't know that much about LG batteries to get in the technicalities of it with you right now. I could do my homework and maybe try to do a debate with you, but honestly, you could be right. Quite honestly, you could be right. Let's see. I watch a Bolt channel from California. This guy has 70,000 miles in 2 years. Wow. Impressive. That's very impressive. The little Bolt's a good little car. What kind of batteries is it? I think it has LGs. I don't know. It shows Tesla have had battery fires, and there are many reported, but there are none by other manufacturers. Right, because they're using a much more volatile chemistry to keep that battery. You get these pros. I had all that stuff. It's in this computer, I think. Some of that information is in this computer. I had it on here too. With the chemistries that every company uses, they use different chemistries for their lithium ions, and Tesla's chemistry, it gives the battery a longer health, but also makes it a lot more unstable for thermal management. Thermal runaway. It shows I've seen a few Model 3s, and the build quality seems much better now. That's good to hear. Neil. I haven't seen one Model 3 in real life. The drivetrain is warranty work, and they are changing them like mad. And yes, Elon is scum. Shane, you don't hold back, dude. You don't hold back. I'm not a fan of anything, but Tesla fans just need to be honest with themselves. I think they are. I think they, especially Neil and No, they're pretty dead honest because they both own Leafs or have owned. No went from a Leaf to a Model S to a Model 3. And Neil owns both a Leaf and a Model S, and he bought the S used. And so I think they're very honest with us about the quality of their Teslas. And I hear them both just they never say anything negative about a Leaf at all. I think the only reason why I want those Teslas because it's the same reason that you might want a Tesla. It's the range factor. You're dealing with a country. America is a terrible place for infrastructure. Where No lives, he's got one charger in his whole city. Where Aaron lives, he says the same thing. Infrastructure sucks in America, and so you need those large capacity cars. That's the only reason. If we had a better infrastructure in America, it would probably kill Tesla. It would really hurt them if there was a really good infrastructure like over here, because that's why Teslas just they don't sell over here. We don't need the large capacity over here. We only need about a 200-mile range car, and boom, you're set in this country. It's not a big country. The speed limits are low, and we have chargers on pretty much every mile marker. There's a charger available somewhere. Chargers everywhere. I mean, it's saturated over here, and they just keep growing. See, there's Neil saying it. Range is correct. Right. It's a range issue. It's a range issue, Shane. And until other companies come out with a range similar to that, which is starting to come out with the Kona and cars like that. But like Aaron said, or I think Aaron or Neil, one of them said, it's only available in California right now. It's not even available for the rest of the country. And until it's available for the rest of the country, I think same thing with the Bolt. Isn't the Bolt only in certain states still? And like Oregon, California, they have access to certain cars like the Honda Clarity. I did a video about that, overpriced hybrid, and it's a great car, but it's way overpriced. Only available in Oregon and California. I mean, it's infrastructure. It's infrastructure. That's what makes Tesla king, and everybody knows it. Tesla knows it, and this is why you've got these other high-end car companies, Benz and BMW, are just like we're on there, and Audi, and Volvo, and Volkswagen. They're all like, okay, now we're gonna get into it, and we're gonna do large capacity battery cars too, and because they sell really well in America because the infrastructure sucks. So there. Bolt is 58 kilowatt hour LG battery. Okay. LG is a great battery. Man, I love driving that Bolt around. I was there in the winter time, and I was able to go from Seattle to Portland basically. I stopped just before the river, the Columbia River. I stopped on the other side of the Columbia River, on the Washington side of Columbia River, to charge up the Bolt. Just because when I got to Portland, there's not a lot of chargers, and there's a charger there I knew of that was free. Well, no, it wasn't free, but it was convenient because it was in a Walmart parking lot, and there's a nice Subway restaurant right there, so I could go have a little Subway sandwich and a drink while it's charging. It was great. Free Wi-Fi. It was awesome. I liked it there, so I would charge there. But I could have gone from Seattle in the wintertime, from Seattle to Portland, one charge only in a little Bolt. It was a great car, and I was using the heater. I was using the defroster, of course. I was using everything because I was leaving in the middle of the night to get there by morning to visit my dying father in the hospital. I love that car, and the price is really good. The price is great on that little car. Not available. Once again, not available in this country. Can you imagine what the Bolt would do over here? It would probably kill Nissan. It would kill it. That's why it's not over here, because that car is perfect size for this country. That car has crazy range at the speed limits we have over here. It would probably you could add another what's that thing rated at for range on one charge? What is that, like 250 miles? It would be close to 300 some miles over here with the speed limits we have over here. The car is a really great car. I like the size of this. My wife just loved the navigation on it. She said that was perfect. Tesla's a little ridiculous on the size. That was like really nice size Navi on it, and she liked CarPlay. The Bolt is a great car. I love the little interior lighting it has. It's really cute. It's comfortable for its size. It is awful teeny. I mean, that trunk was ridiculous in that car. I did not care for that trunk of the Bolt, but great car. And that could be a serious, and it's to the point. People in America, I don't know why they're not taking it more seriously. It has the range. It has the range. I believe it has the range that it could totally be a competitor against Tesla right now. In America, with the lack of infrastructure, that car has the range where you can take long distance trips in that car and not worry. I never worried. I never panicked, and I didn't have the services I have over here. I have a concierge service. I have a button inside my car. If I run out of juice, push that button. I say, help, I need a charge. And they send Jaff out. It's like a AAA over here. And they have these special trucks with the big batteries in them. They can charge my car right on the spot. And if they don't have that truck available, they'll just tow me to the nearest quick charger for free. I have that service over here. Over in America, I didn't have it. I still didn't worry. That's how much I trusted that Bolt. The range was incredible. That was winter range. I can't even imagine what it'd be in the summertime. That was crazy. So Bolt's a great car. Bolt is 350 volts, not 400 like Leaf. Oh, interesting. Interesting. It felt really powerful. It felt really good. Interesting. Is that just strictly the battery or is that the motor too? I don't know. Range is correct. Okay. I'm very tempted with the Kona. Yeah, the Kona is, from what I've seen, everybody's test driven that car. And we're talking like, I usually don't take these stupid professional car reviewers seriously because they get the car for like a day and they try to tell you if you should buy it or not. It's like, screw you. You don't know who I am. You don't know anything about my situation. You only had the car for a day. You're going to tell me whether or not I should buy the car? But they can't find anything negative to say about the Kona. It's amazing. The people, it's a very impressive car. Bjorn was blown away by it. He loved that car. And he's a Tesla fan. I mean, that guy gets free Teslas every week, it seems like. Goodness gracious. Was available in all states. Okay, cool. Could buy one for $31,000. That's very affordable. I paid $47,000 for my first gen Leaf. The video glitch fixed itself. Okay. Thank you, Station 240. Bolt can do 75 miles per hour for 200 miles with probably 20, 30 miles left over on Geo. Goodness gracious. You can't do it with a Leaf. I don't know. Can you do it? I don't think you can do it with the well, of course, it's a smaller battery. I was about to say, you can't do it with the second gen Leaf, but it's a 40 kilowatt hour battery, and it's 400 volt. The day after they review the car, it breaks down. Who? The day after they review, Station 240. The day after they review the car, it breaks down. Lol. Station 240, clarify. Are you talking about Bjorn? Are you talking about a different channel? I've watched all kinds of people. I love watching the Model X reviews. Those are the funniest because you don't get a lot of love from anybody. They think, oh, it's really cool. The door's opening like this automatically. Oh, it looks so cool and it draws a crowd, blah, blah, blah. But that's about all they can say positive is about the doors. The Falcon doors. Woo! That was kind of funny. So yeah, I do. I love watching the videos of the people that bought the Model X's and they're just like exasperated with all the troubles they're having. I mean, your car does nothing about reliability of the car. Right. I can't stand them either. I like owner reviews, and that's why I made my channel. I was doing an owner review, and it was always meant to be a long-term review of the Leaf, and that's another reason why I was upset I got rid of it because it kind of, my whole purpose of my channel kind of like morphed when I had to get rid of it because I really wanted to hold on to it as long as possible because I was locked into a 5-year lease. So I thought, well, I have to at least have it for 5. And I was really thinking about spending an extra $7,000 after the lease expired and paying it off and just seeing how long I go on that original battery, how long I could keep it on that original battery, and to the point where I couldn't drive it anymore with that battery. And I thought it was going to be really interesting. It would be a really good review of the car from an owner. And if you watch, I did a lot of reviews. I think I ended with a 3.5-year review. I do a lot of reviews of the Leaf, and the quality, the build quality was incredible. I never had issues with leaks, brakes, squeaks, nothing. Seats, nothing. No issues at all with the car itself. And the battery I thought was doing great. And like I said, from doing my homework today for today's show, I realized that the first gen Leafs, 24 kilowatt hour Leafs, after they switched to the Lizard batteries, just incredible battery for a low tech battery without a thermal management system. Really durable battery for the Leaf. That's the most durable Leaf battery there is right now. And I was noticing it. 3.5 years, I did lose one seg, but I was still able. I was easy going. Keep in mind, I never got 240 when I first bought. I was rated at 240, but I mean, you have to be driving like a snail to get that kind of range. I got about 200. I think my usual trips were about 200, 190 to 200 usually when I first got the car. And when I got rid of it, I was still doing 160, 170 after 3.5 years. For that kind of car with that kind of battery and without a thermal management system, like, an active thermal management system, very impressed. I was very impressed, and never an issue with anything on the car. It looked just as good when I got rid of it as it did when I bought it. And that's one thing that helped me keep the resale value a little bit high when I traded in with Honda. The guy looked at it and he's like, my gosh, it's like a mint condition. It's like, well, I tried. I didn't even peel the plastic off. Like I have those. I bought like those kick plates, and on the side when you open the door, there's little kick plates, and it says like Nissan on them. I had the ones that were illuminated, and I didn't even pull the plastic off. I left that on, so the next owner, I thought they could take that off. And so I try to keep it as clean and as possible. And the brakes were in massive good condition. They checked them out, and they said, "Oh my gosh, those brakes, they're like there's a little wear, but it's like equivalent to like a year's wear, and the thing's 3.5 years old." I was like, "Yeah, that's the beauty of electric cars. This is Honda. They don't have over here. There's no electric cars on Honda's lineup right now." And I said, "That's the beauty of electric cars with the regenerative braking. Not only are you saving your brake pads, but you're also generating electricity instead of just generating heat." So yeah, EVs rock. So looking forward to that Honda Urban coming over here sometime in the future. It'll be the first EV over here from Honda. Okay. One thing with the Bolt is charging speed. Yeah, that's the problem I had. I had to go. There was only one dealership that had what they called a quick charger. It wasn't very quick at all because it wasn't like even a 50 kilowatt charger. It was their charger, and I could use it for free. The dealership was super kind, let me use it for free during their open hours. But even one day they were closed and they let me use it. I was able to contact one of the guys, and he said, "Yeah, just go in there." And he taught me how to get in there, and they're really kind. I never bought the car from them. That's why for people that live in the Washington State area, that's why I even gave their name. I recommended that dealer because they were just first class the whole time I was there. They treated me so nicely. They were so kind, and they were really cool. They just did all kinds of cool stuff. And I did some nice things for the Turo, the guy that leased the car to me for the 2 weeks. I had the dealership do some stuff to his car, kind of tricked it out a little bit for him, put some options in it as a gift. Like I said, I'm always giving back to people when I appreciate what they do. And so the Turo guy, he was like, he freaked. He didn't even notice his I think wife or maybe girlfriend. She noticed right away. She's like, "Oh my gosh, did you do all this?" And I said, "Yeah." I was like, "I really appreciate what you guys did for me, and the car really helped me out." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, you're like the sweetest person I ever know." And so that was really cool. And I felt like the guy needed some help. He's a young black man that he owns his own business. He's an entrepreneur like me. And I always, when I see an entrepreneur, like there's a bakery right over here, and it's a young guy about my age, a little younger than me, and he's starting his own bakery. And so I'm constantly sending my customers over there, and I'm constantly doing like collaborations with them, like for Halloween parties or Christmas parties or Valentine's Day. I'm doing things with them, and I'm sending money his way, like doing projects where I have to spend kind of big sums of money for him to make stuff for group activities and stuff like that. And that's the way I do. I try to help out fellow entrepreneurs, and because we all struggle. We have lean times and we have high times, and when we have the lean times, I feel like if I'm in my high time, I'm going to help out the people in the lean time, and I'm hoping that the vice versa, if possible, they can throw something back at me during my lean times. Anyway, so I was over there. It was during my high time, and it was towards the end of my high time. I knew it was ending soon, but I was still in my pretty good money making time. And I saw this guy, and he's a Uber driver, and he does Turo, and that's his business. And he's trying really hard, and I think he's being pretty successful. But that's tough. That's tough to make a living off of Uber and that. And so I felt like, I'll throw him a bone. He helped me out. I'll help him out. He was really cheap, cheapest guy out there for any EV, and he offered a Model S. Dude, he charges for his Model S. It was like during the time I was there, it was $60 a day. Dude, that's cheap. You guys know that's cheap to lease a Model S. $60 a day. You can't get better than that. And so I got the Bolt. It was brand new. He just bought it like a few months before. I got that for $35 or $40 a day. I think it was 35 because I did 2 weeks, so it came down a little bit. So I got it for $35 a day. Oh my gosh, great deal. So I felt like I should throw him a bone. I helped him out, and so I hooked him up. That's what I do. I help people out when I see them, they need help. Let's see here. That the other stream up here is a completed video because of your table and laptop charger. I knew it. And you probably can hear me yelling. I was getting angry. It's like, son of a, I swore. I was so angry. I was in such a bad mood. Oh my gosh, I got to pull that down. Thanks for letting me know that. I bet you anyway, I'm swearing in that video. And I'm so anti-language. I want to keep this family friendly. Oh no. Oh no. Hang on, guys. I gotta check this out. Who gave me that thumb? Station 240. Thank you so much for that. The thing with EV, there is no money to be made when sold. You have a warranty for, let's say, 5 years, and you only have to pay for service. So there is no money to be made after for the dealers and manufacturers. Right. And another thing about EVs, and this affects all of them, even the big OEMs like Nissan and Honda, whatever, Toyota. They have to make up stuff. There's literally zero maintenance on these cars. I mean, tire pressure, tire replacement, and yeah, there is a cooling system for your battery, and depending on the car, there's definitely a cooling system for your motor and your inverter. It generates heat. And maybe your battery too. So you'll have hoses to change. You'll have a radiator you have to flush out once in a while. But the maintenance is so low on electric cars that it's ridiculous the stuff they make up that's so important for your car now. That was never important before with a nice car, but now this electric car, oh, you got to do this. You got to do. They're making stuff up to make money off of service. Trying to service these things because they don't need any service for such a long period of time. And of course, my computer is not working. Son of a gun. What? Not a good signal? It's a great signal. Shut up. It's got back. I got all my information back. Sweet. Let's see here. EVs convert about 59% to 62% of electrical energy from the grid to power at the wheels. Conventional gasoline vehicles only convert about 17 to 21% of the energy stored in gasoline to power at the wheels. An electric motor typically is between 85 and 90% efficient. I know you guys already knew that. I found all my information. Cool. All my information's back. I got my information back. Unfortunately, the rest of the computer is not working now. Darn it. I can't turn off my channel. I can't turn off that video on my channel. It won't let me access it. Let's see here. I have spent 0 on the Leaf in 4 years. Need tires next year. Yeah. My Leaf, I was at 3.5 year mark, and my tires they weren't like new, but they were still. The tread was so good. It didn't hurt my trading value at all. Yeah, the original tires were still great because I think Neil, you too, you and Aaron and I probably drive very similar. We don't like just floor it every time off a line and stuff. We milk it. With those lower capacity batteries, if you want decent range, you can't be flooring it all the time because it goes quickly. The other thing about it, and Shane was right about this, the drawback to a low capacity battery is the length of life on your battery. Like when a Tesla's battery degrades down to 80, which it takes a long time to get there on a Tesla battery, but when it does degrade down to about 80% health, you still have more range available on one charge than a brand new first generation Leaf. So yeah, you can definitely go a lot longer with a high capacity battery. You can use it for a lot longer period of time than a 24 kilowatt hour battery. Per se, but but still there's a lot of positives to the 24 kilowatt hour battery. Used to be for Americans, it was a lot cheaper to replace. Now, not so much so anymore, thanks to the Chinese company that's now servicing the battery anymore. I guess I don't know how it's working, but it sounds like you guys are getting ripped off over there on replacing the battery. However, the positive thing is they charge so fast. In the summertime, 15-20 minutes max to charge to 80% on a 24 kilowatt hour battery, which is awesome. So very little weight. I told you guys many times about the time I went to what prefecture was it? I can't remember off the top of my head. Not Nada. I don't know. I went to some prefecture at the same time that the guy in the Model S went, and I beat him actually because he had to charge 200% from where he left because there was no charges available on the way, and I guess even on a supercharger, it took longer than 20 minutes. I left here, and I think I don't even think I charged the night before. I think I did. I charged at the station at my dealer it's on the way to the highway, and that took like 15 minutes. And then I got on the highway, and I did have to charge one more time on the highway, but once again, it took like 10, 12 minutes to charge up there because I still had so much juice that it took a very short time to charge up again at the highway stop. And then I got there. I got there about 30 minutes before him. And then it was funny. They were leaving. The day before we were leaving, he and his wife went to the closest charger they could find, which was a 50 kilowatt charger at a city hall. And when they got back, she was fuming because she was like, oh my gosh. It was like a 3.5 hour wait, 4 hour wait. I don't know. It was ridiculously long. And she was so mad that she had to wait in a car that long, nothing to do. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. So the small capacity batteries, they have pros. If you have the infrastructure, there's pros to them. If you don't have the infrastructure, there's not a lot of pros to them. Just a quick charge time is about it. Sorry, guys, I'm cold. Let's see. My only 6 years old. Deer found nothing wrong. They just replaced the airbag recall sensor. Oh, really? That was a recall. Was it a recall? So you didn't have to pay for that, probably. You have if you're just 6 years old, it's 2018 right now. Yours is it was into the newer format where it doesn't have electronic parking brake. It's a foot parking brake, right? That's got the better battery. It's got the better range. So yeah, that's the good car. If you're gonna buy the first gen Leaf, don't buy the 2010 to 2012 model. It was great, but it had a lot of flaws, and they ironed all those flaws out with I guess you call it kind of second gen of the first gen, and the upgraded first gen. And it was so many different. They did so much tweaking to it. It was like over 100 things changed on it. It was really cool. It's a great car. Yeah, it's a good car, Aaron. That's a good car. And I really was seriously thinking about replacing it, but I had so much bad luck with my Leaf parking here with kids just because our streets are narrow and they ride by and they would scratch the bumper with their pedals and stuff. And I don't know, because my car doesn't really stick out, but they come onto your property because the street's so narrow. They come onto your property to get around cars and stuff, and they would scratch the front end of my Leaf every time, and they just take off, run away. And I replaced that front fascia bumper, the front bumper of my Leaf. I replaced it 2 times. I was going to do it a 3rd time, but the guy said, no mas, don't worry about it. It's not going to affect your resale value that much anyways. I was like, okay, I'm not going to do it. So I drove around with this terrible, ugly scratch right in front of my bumper. Right after, it was like a month after I fixed it. A month after I replaced the bumper. It was $1,000. No, it wasn't $1,000. It was close to $1,000, $800 some replacement because it was a big mess. But anyways, 1 month after that, right in the front. Let's see. Was reading about the Porsche Taycan and the charging speed. Yeah, I know. But I went to Porsche about that car, and they said, that's just a concept car. That's not really going to be available. I was like, really? Because I read it. What? Nah, I don't think so. I was like, so I don't know. I was going on with that car. Of course, this is Japan. Those girls probably know what they're talking about. So let's see. Yes, so buy the biggest battery on the Kona, and the degradation will not be a problem for years and years. Yeah, right, Shane. Absolutely, you're right. You and I are on the same page there. That's the only reason why I would recommend a large capacity battery. If you want to hold on to a car for a long time, if that's somebody like me. I like cars and like new cars, but I'm getting to the age where I can't be buying a car every 4 or 5 years. I just can't be doing that. I want a car that I can hold on to for at least 10 years or more. And I think a Kona, something like that, definitely could do it. Because I don't need more than 100 miles of range. So this Kona at the beginning, I'm gonna be like going all over the place. I'll be down to 70% battery health on that car eventually, and it'll still be plenty of range for over here. So that would be a great car if I could get it. Urgh. Dave R. Hi from Northern California. Always enjoy your content. Drive a Bolt EV after trading in my 30 kilowatt hour Leaf. Good for you, dude. I was just talking about that. Hey, Don, welcome to my channel. I think it's the first time hearing from you, and thank you for joining my community. I have a great community. If you check out my chats over here, these guys are great. Have another guy. He's been around for a while, Shane, but it's his first time commenting, and he's spicing up he spices up the comment section. But I have no problem with that, and I don't think any of my commenter or the people that comment and subscribe to my channel, I don't think they have a problem with that. He's controversial sometimes, but that's great. I am totally open to open. I am not one of these people like, I don't like what you're saying. Shut up. I'm not like that. I'm not like that at all. I love debating. I love exchange of ideas. I love it. So welcome. I hope you enjoy this channel. I hope you stick around. Aaron, yeah, lots of improvement on 2013 compared, not conspired, but compared to the right. Guys, I have to go blow my nose. Porsche Taycan is charging at 200 kilowatts in Germany, but not sure when it will be released. Oh, Leslie, thank you for that information. That's awesome. Like I said, we've got 500 kilowatt chargers coming over here, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry, just give me a second. Gotta find a tissue. Oh, jeez. Sorry about that. I'm coming. Oh my gosh. It's one of the occupational hazards when you work with children. You can't stay healthy. They just constantly touch with their dirty fingers, dirty hands. So I've got a bit of a cold. I apologize for the dead space there. I would play a video while I go and do the thing that I have to do, but I can't do it on this stupid software. So not possible. Totally is installing 350 kilowatt. Ionity. 350 kilowatt CCS type 2 stations along the Autobahn road. So, oh, nice. Aaron, be right back. Okay. You too, Aaron. Oh my gosh. I don't know what's going on. Also, I'm getting cold. Sun went down. Close this. You can look at my fat belly again, guys. Oh, jeez. A little more light. Sun's going down. Getting a little chilly now. Woo! So, yeah, what were we talking about before I had to blow my nose? And he's back. Were you talking about me or you? I thought you had to take a break too. I thought you had to do a toilet break. Been online for an hour and 45 minutes. Goodness gracious, really? Jeez, time flies when you're having fun. So I was talking to Leslie. Leslie, yeah, you that's cool. That's cool. I don't know Ionity. So Leslie, are you from Germany? Or you just were just Googling and you found that information out? Yeah, the 2013 Leaf. I like that one a lot. You're from Australia. That's right. That's right. Now I remember you. That's right. That's right. You're not that new. You're not that new. You've talked with me before. That's right. Leslie Smith from Australia. I apologize for not recognizing the name right away, but now I remember. I remember now. Good to have you back. And Dave R, welcome. You're from Northern California, and that's cool. You got a Bolt. I was just talking about the Leaf, the 30 kilowatt hour Leaf. They're finding out that the battery has like a third of the longevity of a 24 kilowatt hour Leaf. I don't know why. I didn't read the full story. They go into detail. They try to break it down with the chemistry and stuff because it's a higher density battery. But I didn't read about that. But yeah, you're probably that was a good choice going to the Bolt because it's an LG. It's got a active thermal management system on it, and yeah, that's a good car. I like the Bolt. I do. Let's see. We are a supplier of the state. Oh, okay, cool. That's good. That's good. So you got some skin in the game on that one. So good deal. Well, hopefully you guys can supply some stations for us. Right now we're using China. Some kind of Chinese companies collaborating with Nissan over here, from what my wife read, with these 500 kilowatt chargers. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, maybe it's okay. I think I'd be better off with some other brand, but whatever. And it's getting 250 and 350 kilowatt charging as well. Awesome. let's focus on the amount of charges before we worry about what power maybe so much. I mean, yeah, I think 150 is. You don't want to go below that anymore in this day and age, but I think 150 is okay. I don't know. The fact that you guys don't have anything, I guess it's you guys can go as high up as you want. Maybe 350. Put the 350s in right now, and it's going to cost more. But at least when you're finally done with the infrastructure, you don't have to update too much. It should be okay by the time you get the infrastructure done with 350. Like Nissan was quick, and they put up a humongous infrastructure over here. Like just dealers alone, we have like almost 2,000 chargers, like 1,700, I think, 1,800 chargers, dealers only. And then you also have, I think, 6,000 other chargers. I don't know. It's just crazy stats over here for the Chattanooga chargers, but they're 50 kilowatt chargers. So now with these cars, the battery capacities, including the Nissan's own car, their battery capacities are getting to the point where that 50 kilowatt charger isn't going to be good enough. So now they have to go out and update every charger they have over here. That's going to take time and a lot of extra money. You're better off just investing the money at the beginning so you don't have to do it again in the future. Double whammy. That's what I'm trying to say. Not very articulately. Okay. I'm caught up. So Don, welcome. And I hope you enjoyed that Bolt. I had the Bolt for 2 weeks. You can watch my video when I was over in the Seattle area back in Christmas time. Great car. Winter range on that car was very impressive. Great car. Charging infrastructure, not so great, but the car itself, great car. For the money, definitely. How do you like it? Oh, not Don, Dave. I'm sorry. I glanced too quickly. Dave, how do you like your car? How do you like your Bolt? Is he still there? Are you still there or did you fall asleep? It's late. You guys are wondering, I'm eating super dark chocolate. It's supposed to be good for your blood. Thins your blood, something in it. So I'm on this water diet. I'm drinking unsweetened chocolate. Super bitter chocolate. Trying to make myself healthier. If it's going to work. Uh-oh. Dave, are you there? Dave left. All right. Hey, guys, thanks for the likes. I see I got 3 likes from you guys. Awesome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Yeah, we don't have oh, Dave, there you are. Bolt gets me 230 miles of range. I commute 160 miles round trip. That's crazy. 65. Those are really good numbers, Dave. Those are really good. Considering you went from a Leaf with a 30 kilowatt hour battery to that, you must be like, it's crazy. And the price, if anything, I bet you it's like you didn't go up. I don't think the price went up. It must be like the same price for a car with that much more range on it, with a superior battery pack and the superior management, cooling system, battery cooling system. You have a crazy good car. And the trunk is teeny compared to the Leaf's trunk. The Leaf's trunk is too big. Actually, they could have shrunk it down a little bit just to give you more legroom in the back. But the trunk and the Bolt is a little bit too teeny, maybe. But man, those are incredible stats, dude. 200, 230 at 65 to 70 miles an hour. I can't even go speeds over here, so I can't even imagine. That car would probably get me, I'd be over 300 miles of range on one charge with those stats. Because our top speed my highways over here, top speed for most of my highways is, you're going to laugh, it's 40 miles an hour. And then the very, very highest highways they have in all of Japan are 50 miles an hour. There's nothing higher than that. Now, people drive quicker than that. They go over the speed limit most of the time over here. But yeah, the listed speed on the highways is 50 max, and that's only certain highways. Most of my highways around here, to get me from here to Tokyo, those are 40-mile-an-hour speed zones on those highways, and they will pull you over. They will bust you for going over the speed limit, so you have to be careful. You pay 34, not including 11,000 tax incentives, so 23, all said and done. Gosh, dang it, Dave! Awesome deal. See that? You see those stats, you see those prices and stuff like that, and you wonder yourself, why aren't more ICE people trying it out, thinking about it? I love ICE cars, but especially in the economy we have right now, I'd go for that. By far, I would go for that. And I've driven it. That is a nice car. Yeah, it's teeny, but it's cute. It's a cute design. I like the design, actually. And it's a comfortable car, and it's quiet. It has a really good, solid feel to it. Really good ride. I think a lot of ICE people would be impressed with that car. And that's finally an electric car where it doesn't have to be like the second car, this is my main driving car for everyday work and stuff. Then I got the gasoline car for the long trips. No, that car could actually do it all. I mean, yeah, the trunk's a little small, but you could use it to go places, So we're getting to that point now. That and the Kona. The Kona is still, once again, a small trunk, bigger than the Bolts, though. But it's kind of small trunk. But that car could definitely go. You could narrow it down, if you're looking for a decent car at a good price and you're trying to have something that has you want to do a budget. You want to have a good budget where you can really work out what your monthly money is going to be for fuel. Electric. It doesn't go like this. It's this. And, occasionally it goes like that, but it stays that, The electric companies might raise the rates eventually, or taxes might change, but it's this. It's not this crazy up and down that you get a lot, during presidential elections and stuff. So you don't have OPEC, pulling the strings kind of thing, for the most part. And if you have solar panels on your house, bonus, free charging. Awesome car. I love those. I love that car. It's a great car. I had to charge Leaf on DCFC twice during commute, and now only L2 at home. With Bolt, love the Bolt too. Right. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. Okay. So you charge the Leaf on the DC fast chargers twice during the commute. Right. But only with the Bolt, only at home, right? One time, and boom, you're set. That's what I'm saying, man. And the Leaf, no offense I love the Leaf, but that 30 kilowatt hour battery, the news is coming in. It's not good news about that battery. It's not going to last long. You were smart to get rid of it when you did, because that battery was probably going to, another year you would have been in bad shape. The Bolt was more than the Leaf, but now because of used Bolts are the same as the new Leaf. I get a used Bolt. I would buy a used Bolt before I buy the new 40 kilowatt hour Leaf. Yeah, totally. Because not just we don't know the battery on that. We know the data is starting to come in now finally on the 30, because 30 is still pretty new. It's like 2 years old. We're getting data on the 30 kilowatt hour Leaf, and the battery data is not good. It's not looking good for longevity. The health goes down quickly. Who knows what the 40 is like? It could be even worse because it's double density battery pack. Don't know. Doesn't sound good. So I would stay away from it. And not to mention battery, the charge gate, rapid gate, where you guys want to call it. That is an issue. If you're planning on taking long trips, that battery heats up fast, even in the wintertime. So yeah, the Bolt is the way to go. Or a Kona, or a Model 3. Model 3 is basically the same price range. Yeah, it's a little higher, but you're getting a lot of car for that too at the same time, and you're getting that those real-time updates. That's why I like. That's why I still like the Teslas. They offer those real-time updates that Nissan doesn't offer. That a lot of companies don't offer that, and so that's why I'm still hanging on to hope that Tesla can turn things around and start making better stuff at a better, more reasonable price. And I feel the same way about Nissan. Nissan with that battery replacement thing, that's BS. That's BS. Them raising the price $1,500, whatever it is, go up. It should be going down. Prices to build a battery pack, it's such a fraction of what it cost when they first came out. And they offered us, when it first came out, they offered us at this amount of money, $6,000 something, and that's including labor to replace the battery pack. Now, when the battery pack costs like a fraction of what it cost back then, they raised the prices. I was like, that's not cool. That is not cool. それはひどいですね. That's what I would say. よくないです. Let's see here. Hopefully Nissan will make a comeback with the proposed 60. Let's hope. Love the Leaf. They just need to up their game. The Leaf is a shit. Anyway. All right. The Leaf is a proven platform, right? The size is perfect. It's compact, but it's not too compact. The trunk space is ridiculous. The comfort is really good. The build quality is spot on. That new battery pack and that new motor and the new inverter that's going to be in the high power Leaf, I think that could do it. Now the price, I've heard all kinds of theories. We talked about that in the previous stream on the price of it. I'm still leaning it's going to be really close to the Model 3 price, and if it is, I don't know the damage they've done with the 30 and the 40. With the bad publicity, and now with the stupid battery replacement thing that got going, that might be enough that if people are deciding between a Leaf and a 3, they'll just go 3. That's what I feel like. They might have done the damage, but they are great cars. I love the Leaf. That's why I have no problem even thinking about. I'm still thinking about eventually going back. I just the only thing is my parking situation, but I really would like to go back, buy the first gen Leaf like I had, like a 2014-15 model. 24 kilowatt hour, and just replace the battery, put a new battery in that puppy, and I'd be good to go. I love that car. I love it. I actually like the looks. It's so funky looking. It just sticks out. People notice it right away, and I love that. I love that. And it is so fun to drive. It doesn't have the torque or the power even the 30 kilowatt hour Leaf has, but it's fun to drive. It's a great car. I love that car. And you guys know that. I'm just repeating myself over and over and over again by now. So Dave, really, that's awesome, dude. I'm happy for you. And welcome to my community. I hope you subscribe and join my my live streams in the future. I have a lot of loyals that are on my live streams. I noticed that No and Old Slow Jim are not here today. It's a bummer because I really like their input. Old Slow Jim is kind of like Shane. He's got he's kind of like Shane and I with Elon Musk, and then knows he's a Tesla. I guess you could say Tesla head, kind of, but he's an honest Tesla head. He'll point out the flaws and stuff, and he'll even how do you say, not submit, but what's the word I'm looking for, guys? He'll concede, not concede. No. What's the word I'm looking for, guys? Where you say something, he's like, yeah, you're right there. So he does do that. Am I on Twitter? No, I try to stay off of social media. I did have a Twitter for a while. Nobody joined, so I got rid of it. I have what is it called? I have a bike. I also have a bike channel, which I've been neglecting for the longest time. And I have a bike channel. I have an Instagram to that. Once again, nobody follows me on that, so I'll probably delete my Instagram channel eventually. I don't like social media. I do YouTube, but I'm very anti-social media. I apologize for that. I know a lot of you guys would love to see me on things, but I can't do it. I'm not that much of a narcissist. I don't want to be. I'm afraid I might become if I do that. I think it's narcissistic enough of me to be making this channel, but I do it for several reasons. I really have a passion for these electric cars, and I want to share that passion. And I used to be in sales for a long time, and people always said my passion comes out pretty easily. People can see my enthusiasm towards something I like, and so I think that would be good for people that are closed-minded to superior cars. You know, they are superior. Well, they are. They are superior. They're getting better and better all the time, and they are superior. The technology is just incredible this day and age. I just love remote controlling my cars and having all that. Oh, nice toasty warm car in the morning and a nice cool down car in the summertime. Come on, that thing's so cool. You know, they are really cool. Their electric cars are freaking awesome. You know, the Navi, I can program the Navi from my home computer, and when I get in the car to go on a trip, it's all there. The navigation's already preset and stuff. Freaking sweet. You know, I love electric cars, and I'm hoping that this channel will convert some ice heads out there, stubborn people that still have that same idea that I had not too many years ago of electric cars. That 1970s, early 80s electric car dead on the side of the road, a little teeny little thing, looked like a death trap. It looked like a rolling trash can. It looked just like a rolling trash can, a little teeny thing. And always on the side of the road dead, you know, those lead acid battery electric cars. That's the image I always had. That's always what I had. Had no idea about infrastructure, quick charging infrastructure, something like that. So I thought, why would anybody spend $30,000, $40,000 on a car that after you run out of juice, you got to plug in and charge overnight again? I had no idea how things have changed. And I'm hoping that that's why I do it. That's why I do this YouTube channel. Long, stupid story short, which it's not. I don't have social media. Sorry, but I have this. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you subscribe to this. So and hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, so when I do a live stream, you can join us and be in the chats. In the States, I think GM and Nissan missed a huge opportunity when the Tesla Model 3 was delayed and didn't make a whole bunch more. Right? Yeah, Dave, absolutely. I was thinking the same thing. Because that 3 was delayed not as long as the X, but it was delayed like a year, almost a year. I was like, dude, guys, really? You're just like sitting on your hands, just waiting for them to put it out, see what they. It's like they're like, well, we don't have to do anything because they're taking forever. We don't do anything right now. We're fine. We'll just wait and see what they got. It's like you guys are so that is so typical of the big business, though. That is so typical, especially with electric, because electric is still not the mainstream seller. So they just sit back and they wait to see what's going to happen with the other stuff, and then they mimic and stuff. They're crazy. Shane says, I'll be honest, why anyone want to be obsessed by something or someone is beyond me. Always keep an open mind. Yes, I like to say how it is. Honestly, it's the best policy. Honesty is the best policy. Take note, Tesla fanboys. Wow. Don't stop. I used to be just as bad, though. I used to be, oh, man, if you watch my older videos, I was terrible. But I feel like I have to be a moderator to a point. No love. I have no love for, especially Tesla over here. They opened Tesla in the Beverly Hills part of Tokyo. It's called Omotesando. It's the Beverly Hills part. And the dealers all wear these $2,000 suits, and they got the $10,000 Rolexes on and all this stuff. And you walk in, and they just have all this. And they can't afford the cars themselves. The funny thing is, I know what I make per month, and I know what they make per month because I know what they aren't commission over here. Everyone's salary over here, and it's all basically the same. They might be working in a multisando, but their salary is the same as the guy working at the Nissan down the street. I know what it is, and I know I make more than them. Now they get bonus, I don't get bonus, but I do make monthly. I make more than they do, and for them to come off with all this ego and attitude. Look at the Tesla. This is the Model S. It is $138,000. I don't think you can afford it. Good day, sir. And they act like that to me. They do. They see a foreigner and they're like, they don't have time for me because us foreigners do have a hard time getting loans. I just proved that earlier with a really dirt cheap property I found, dirt cheap, where I had more than 10% down. They wanted me to put down more than half down on the property, and the property is less than my van downstairs. My van costs more than that piece of property I was looking at, and that van's a 7-year loan. I was trying to do that property on a 15-year loan, lower interest rate. That van at 7 years is at like 6%, 4 or 6% interest. That property loan was 15 years at 0 point something interest for the first whatever years. It's one of those crappy loans that the interest rate changes. But over here, it doesn't ever get too high. Anyways, they wouldn't give it to me because I'm a foreigner. I'm kind of shocked I get loans for cars over here. Credit cards are really hard for me to get still. 21 years over here, perfect record, excellent credit across the board. I have a house, halfway through the loan already, halfway through the loan payments. Got that van, I got the other car. I got all the stuff. I got all this collateral, all this stuff to prove my credit's really good. But because I'm a foreigner, they're afraid I'll just run out on them. So it is really hard to get loans for like big purchases. And like a $100,000 car, I probably would have a hard time. And so they just don't have time of day for me over here. I can't stand them. I walk in there and I just start getting more and more tense and more angry when I'm dealing with these guys, and I can't stand them. And they laugh. Like I'll say, I was looking at the Model X one. It had a Model X on display at one time, and it was really bad. It has really bad gaps. The seams were not even. Like one side was very little gap, and the other side had a big gap on the hood line and stuff. And I was like pointing that out, and they're laughing. I was like, why are you laughing? This car here, the one you have, the model shown, is over $130,000 over here. Why are you laughing about that? You should be ashamed. You should be embarrassed you have this on display. I got really angry with them. I am not a friend of Tesla over here. And I have very low regard for Elon. I think he's a slime. He's a snake oil salesman as far as I'm concerned. He's a snake oil salesman. He is so slimy how he runs business. I don't like him. I don't like how he acted with those Thai people when he's turning this terrible tragedy that was happening with these boys that were stuck in a cave into a PR stunt, and the fact that the divers didn't have time of day for him, it bruised his little ego, and he started calling one of them a pedophile and stuff. I was like, I didn't like that a bit. So yeah, but this is my channel, and I have a lot of viewers, and I have to be a moderator, so I toned it down a bit until now. I just went on a rant. Sorry about that, guys. Because I do like the cars. I like their batteries, their battery management system. Their motors are excellent. They're excellent. They really are. I know you and I don't see eye to eye on that, but from what I've seen from other things, okay, guys, I'm going to send you out a link. Write this down. There's a great link. Granted, this is an old video. And it is a little biased because the guy's he openly admits he's going to be working. It sounds like he's going to go to work for Tesla in this video. But it's a professor at Waterloo Institute for Nanotechnology, and they work on battery technology and stuff like that. Anyways, it's a great video. It's called Professor Jeff Dahn, D-A-H-N. And then the title is W-I-N, all capitals, Seminar Series. Type that in, check that out. It's a really good video about how lithium-ion battery technology is and the different kind of chemistries each company uses and stuff. And at this time, Tesla was kind of superior. In the meantime, LG might have replaced them on superiority, but at this time LG wasn't there yet, and this is an older video. But what's good about this video, it's extremely educational. It teaches you why lithium-ion batteries go bad and what it is. It's not the anodes, not the cathodes, has nothing to do with those. Those things don't really get degraded from the lithiums going back and forth. It has to do with I can't even think of it right now. I was just watching it, and I was trying to study up for this back to basics thing on battery chemistry and battery technology, and I can't remember the technical jargon. But watch the video, guys. It's very educational, and that's why I still do like lithium Tesla batteries. And yeah, they do have thermal runaway. They do have that problem, and it's a risk you are going to take when you buy a Tesla. But the payoff is, if you don't get that, your battery is going to last a long time. If you don't have any problems with the thermal management system, your car will last a long time because of a large capacity battery. And I love the live updates. I love getting updates. That's really cool. And they're nice looking cars. The Model S, sexy as hell. It's a sexy car. It's huge, but it's sexy. And the Model 3 is a great looking car too. Personally, I like the older ones with the full black grille. I don't like the front fascia on the new Teslas at all. It's just kind of weird looking to me. Looks like a toy on the front to me, but that's just me. But yeah, I don't want to be too negative towards Tesla, even though I can't stand Elon. Let me see here. Alain Pierre, hi, Alain Pierre. I was just talking about you earlier. I'm talking about I took you to Tesla, and that was interesting, wasn't it, buddy? Well, anyone would want to be obsessed with something. No, we already did that. Wow, snooty Tesla salesman. Yes, very snooty salesman. They're obnoxious to beyond belief, and it bothers me because it just proves that's Elon comes over once in a while. He does have control over things. He did that on purpose. He wanted this kind of sales staff on purpose. It just goes to show the stupid thing over there where everyone's wearing the casual khakis and the polo shirts, and everyone's your buddy, and hey, welcome to Tesla. We're all buddy. It's all sales ploy. And he's clever. He knows what kind of sales ploy works in what country. And it's just all. He's a snake oil salesman. He's like a chameleon. Just wants to blend in with wherever he is. And if he really was interested in selling these cars over here, he would do something to counter insult in China as well. And he is doing something in China. He's building a factory in China, and it's not just for China. You guys understand that he will be exporting jobs. Jobs are going to be gone when he gets the chance. That's the kind of guy he is. That manufacturing plant in California will either downsize or shut down altogether when he's at full capacity over in China with that new plant. I'm the guy. It would be going against everything he's ever done in the past if he didn't do that. So I'm just saying that's what he's going to do. The guy doesn't care about nobody but his bottom line. Yeah, Shane, I'm not on Twitter. Sorry, I could show you the real cluster that is from Tesla owners. You've never seen people complain about a car. Yeah, I have seen it. I've watched those videos. The funny thing is at the end of the rant, they always say, but I still love Tesla. And it's like, that's the only company. I've talked about this in my videos before, and my long-term subscribers will vouch for me on this. It's comical. It's to the point of comical way these people are. They'll go about, I had to do this, and this is the second time, it's the third time on this thing. This thing can't get fixed. They never get it right, blah, blah, blah. But I still love Tesla. It's like, can you imagine if somebody had this kind of problems with a Honda, Toyota, Jaguar, Benz? They would be making videos, and you've seen those videos. They are out there on YouTube. Don't buy this car. This car's a piece of crap. I have not had it. And they would just go off for an hour talking about never buy this car. I'm not buying this car ever again. I'm done with this company. And it would be for a lot less. It'd be for like something so silly compared to the long list of problems on a Tesla. And it's comical because you get down that long list on this car that they really can't afford with the insurance they can't afford, and they still say, but I won't buy anything else. I still love a Tesla. It's like, really, fanboy? Really? Cut your losses. Move on to another car that's maybe not as much range, but is built better. If you're having that much trouble with that particular car. Woo. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I apologize. Let's see. This message is from Lane Pierre. Professor John. Oh, you found it. Thanks, buddy. I'm going to show that. That's it. I love that video. It's really good, guys. Check out that video. Elaine Pierre posted the link to it. Professor Jeff Don Win Seminar Series. Click on that link. Watch the video. It's really educational about how lithium ions work and what the chemistries are. He even explains the chemistries between the Tesla and the Leaf and all that stuff. He's awful mean to the Leaf, and I don't think he needs to be that mean because at that time the Leaf was that battery is a good battery for the kind of. It was a very inexpensive car compared to a Tesla. That's why they did that. That's why they went that direction. Nissan went the non-active thermal management system, and they went with that kind of battery chemistry to keep the price down so it could be a car for the masses. And it worked. It put Nissan Leaf on top. It worked. It did its purpose. And the battery was not a bad battery. And that guy's a little hard on it. And he's a fanboy for Tesla. But he's also he's a very knowledgeable professor about battery technology, lithium-ion technology. And he goes into very good detail about how it works. And it'll make you understand why they degrade and how they degrade and blah, blah, blah. It's really clever. It's a really great video. Please watch it. It's a lot of fun. I like Tesla because they are electric, but the build quality is a big issue for me. You're right on, Aaron. It's a big issue for a lot of people, especially if you're not like built of money. If you're a rich guy, because the after service is good. You buy a car and you buy a Tesla and it comes off the line kind of crappy. And I've Ian Sampson, he's got a guy. Watch his videos. There's a guy he knows. Oh my gosh, that guy he just gave up on Tesla. That guy, he's like the poster boy for the worst horror story of Tesla stories of all time, with him buying a car and right off the line he gets the brand new Model X and the back hatch doesn't even close. They deliver it with the hatch not even able to close. It wasn't lined up. It was so bad it couldn't close. So they take it back and it's gone for months. He gets it back and then he finds another issue. Or no, the paint. The paint was bad too. So they went back and had to repaint the whole car. Brand new car, the paint. That happens a lot with Teslas. The paint is bad in a lot of Teslas. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. You're just fueling the fire. Adding fuel to the fire, guys. I'm not gonna do it. Let's see. Yeah, Tesla. They do the over-the-air update thing well. GM has OTA update with Bolt, but won't push the 200 Oh, really? It is capable. I didn't know the Bolt was capable of doing that. Leaf, no. I went to Nissan Aston. You're ever gonna no. And they won't even offer like I said, can you update my version when I get the when I do the government inspection, because they update my navigation system. They update the map. I said, while you're doing that, can you update the computer system? No, you have to buy a car for that. Whatever. Okay. Apple fans are like this too. Oh yeah. You must be holding it wrong. Oh, I know. That's why I love Louis Rosman. Gosh, that guy's awesome. He's awesome because he needs somebody. That's my point. If you're not such a fanboy, you get better product. If you just don't, just swallow it, just take it up the, with these companies and buy their product and say, oh, okay, well, I hate this and this and this, but I still like Apple. If you wouldn't do that crap, they would make better equipment. That's what Lewis is all about. It's like, listen, I don't hate Apple, but what they do to their customer base and the fact that customers take it up their, so easily, it pisses them off. And I have that same problem. I want to buy a new computer so I can do 4K editing. I have this new camera, can do 4K, but I won't buy a MacBook Pro. I bought a MacBook Pro 2016 model or 2017, 2016 model last year. It was a refurbished. Didn't like it. USB-C only for input. I have no SD card slot anymore. Nothing. The I/O on it is crap. And I got rid of it. And thank God I got rid of it. Turns out that particular model, the keyboards go bad after 6 months because there's no membrane protecting it from dust. So that butterfly keyboard's a piece of junk. So I want to buy a new computer. I prefer an Apple computer just for the fact that I like using Final Cut Pro. I'm good at it. I know how to use it. And it's a very efficient program. It's good. It's really good. It's very fast for rendering. It's very fast for uploading to YouTube. Much faster than Premiere Pro. And so I like it. But it's Apple. They offer nothing, and that's why I was excited about these iPad Pros, these new version iPad Pros. They are wicked powerful computers. Their hardware is insane, and I've always laughed about it. It's like they always talk about it. I've always said this. They always brag about how powerful these computers are, but it's comical because you open it up and it looks like this. It looks like your phone. And I've always said, if you're gonna have a Pro tablet, it's got to have a Pro OS to it. Their OS is so smart. These iOS is so smart. If you put it onto an older phone, it knows, okay, this is an older phone, so you can't have this feature, you can't have that feature. It's smart enough to know that. It's smart enough to throttle back services to older phones so it doesn't do battery consumption or overheat your CPU. So it should be smart enough to know if it's in a powerful machine and give you a different format of the same OS. All they have to do is make a Pro iOS with a Pro thing, but they won't do it. And another thing they won't do is they won't make their software Pro for the iPad. And I think it's because they don't want to eat into their laptop thing, even though they're the ones that keep saying, this is going to replace it. They say it every freaking year. This is your laptop. This is going to replace all laptops. This is all you need. This is all you need. It's not, and they know it, and they lie through their teeth. And no, we have to hold their feet to the fire so they will make good stuff. Right now, they're not making really good stuff because nobody is holding their feet to the fire. Everybody's just China and Japan and all these Asian countries. You go to the store and they're buying the Chinese are buying 10 or 12 iPads at a time, taking them back and selling again. It's just like they don't have to. They don't have to. The Asians love the looks. They don't really look at the specs. It is funny about that, but that is Japanese. They don't care about the specs. They care about how cute it is and how it looks. And so it sells like hotcakes over here. You go to any Apple store over here, and you would think it's Walmart on Black Friday. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous any day of the week. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You touched on it there. And the next big problem for Tesla is car insurance. The rates are skyrocketing. Yeah, because it's aluminum body and they won't allow third parties to repair their cars. That's another thing that bothers me about Tesla. Right to repair. You should be able to take that car anywhere you want and have it repaired. Screw you guys. I have to take it to just you guys and get ringed up the butt if it has a fender bender or something like that. Let's see here. And I think not insuring the cars anymore because of the expensive repair. Right on. Aluminum bodies is ridiculous to repair. $30,000. I've heard of $30,000 for a fender bender. Yeah. In Tesla's defense, it's difficult to compare them with other companies because Tesla is only 15 years old, which is young compared to every other. But that's Alain Pierre. You've heard me talk about this before, Alain Pierre. That makes me even more angry because here's Tesla's brand new company comes out, and they're all of a sudden they're the Mercedes-Benz of electric cars, and we're the pinnacle of all quality of electric cars, and we're going to put this $80,000 price tag or whatever on our top of line cars, and they didn't work for it. Even Honda, Nissan, and Toyota, they didn't do that right away. They didn't come out with Infiniti, Lexus. That didn't come out till the 80s. It took a while for them to build their brand up far enough where they felt like people are going to be confident in the quality of their cars. They took their time to get into that market. But Tesla just jumps in feet first. We're here. We're number one. Buy our car for $80,000. We have no history. You don't know the quality. You don't know how long it's going to last. But hey, we're Tesla. We're named after Nikolai, the guy that married an animal. Anyways. All right, sorry. Hello, what are you guys going on about? Hi, Carmaniac. Hey, buddy. You got me in the middle of I'm all fired up. Sorry about that. Mostly Tesla. Right on. That's Apple. I'm not a fan of Apple, but they have some good things. Right. I love their little ear pods, and I love the watch. They were late in the game on the smartwatch, but they kicked butt with that. It is by far superior over anything else out there. I love it. I absolutely love it. And the price it's not too bad. It started off really high, and they've come down. They got rid of all those ridiculous, stupid watches nobody ever wanted. Those ridiculously expensive what were they? The gold watches that nobody bought. That was stupid in the first place. You don't buy a smartwatch that's gold plated for that kind of money. They upgrade too often, you know. Can you imagine these people that did buy those expensive gold watches, those first gen gold watches? they're sitting there watching everybody else with these, watching now the bigger display, and they're thinner and they're faster and they do even way more stuff than their old watch can do. But hey, they have a $10,000 Apple Watch. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, they do make some good stuff. Their ear pods are also really amazing. They're really cool. And I do like their tablets. They have the best tablets on the market. Their tablets are the best. There's nothing that compares to them on anything. It's just that, I need a computer to do my work on, and I'm dying because I'm really pushing this old thing to its limit, and it's gonna die soon. And I honestly don't feel comfortable spending $6,000 on the current lineup they have right now of the notebooks. They're just yeah. So, anyways, sorry. Yeah, stopped buying Apple stuff years ago when they started building crap. Right. And when you mean by crap, you mean like the soldered on memory and the soldered on hard drives and stuff like that, where you can't upgrade anything. That's BS. Anyways, well, Tesla is the best of electric cars, not for long, but for at least 5 more years. Carminic. I disagree with that, but they are good cars. I won't say they're the best, but I agree that they're good cars. I mean, they are good cars. No, they're not. Shane's disagreeing too. I really like Sony. Their phones are extremely durable. I had an old Sony. Sony. I had an old Sony. It wasn't a smart. It was before smartphones. The screen flipped up. It made this little samurai noise when I opened it, and I loved that phone. It was a great little phone. It had a little camera on it. It was before the smartphones. I do like the Sony phones, but I'm not an Android fan. But they are getting better, and I did buy an Android phone for my when Elaine Pierre came over to visit. I bought an Android phone so we could keep in contact, and I was impressed for the price. That thing actually kicked my older iPhone's butt. It was really impressive. It was nice. Extremely durable. Okay. An Apple iPhone was smashed in smooth. Well, I've dropped this thing several thousand times, and right now my screen protector, you can see it. There's yeah, there it is. There it is. There's a crack in my screen protector right now, and but the phone itself is very durable. I think I've had many iPhones and I've never broke one to pieces. My wife shattered the screen, but she still used it. It was a 5S or something like that. She had a 5 and she shattered the screen, but she still just kept using it, and it never got worse. She used to put in her pocket and stuff. It was broke, it had shatter marks on it, but the glass never started coming out or anything. She just used it until it was time to, the 2-year contract would upgrade to the next phone. So they're pretty durable. I mean, they're not their durability. They've had some issues with certain models, and now the iPad Pros, they're really flimsy. You have to be extremely careful with those things. I mean, they're really flexible because to make them thin, they used really thin aluminum, and so those things are dangerous. They remind me of the 5Ss. They were very flexible too. But these new phones they're making are pretty durable now. But, they're also kind of heavy. That other one I bought when Elaine Pierre came over, it was light. It was a lightweight Android. I did like it, but it was plastic though. I don't like that. Yeah, Tesla is a better. No. You mean the powertrain that? Okay, let's see. I gotta catch up. Yeah, Tesla's better in batteries, powertrain, electronic, crash survival. Yeah, worse on interior design and build quality. Right. Yeah, Station 2 nailed it. You mean the powertrain, and they have to keep replacing. Is that true? The powertrain is they have to keep replacing it. See, that's something that's kind of new. I haven't heard about that. What model are we talking about? Because I have not heard that. And I watched Jack Ricard. He's taken these things apart many times. He buys old wrecked Teslas and pulls the powertrains out and puts them in other vehicles and stuff. So let's see. I had iPhone up until 6S, then switched to Pixel and the Pixel 2, and yeah. Pixel 2's got an awesome camera on it, beautiful picture quality. The Pixel 2, I like that one a lot. I do, but that thing's expensive. People say, well, Apple's ridiculous in price. Pixel 2 is not a cheap phone. If you get a fully loaded one, that's not a cheap phone, and it's not much different in price than an Apple phone. Buy a custom built PC. Trust me. I used to build them. I used to build the custom builds all the time because I had Akihabara right over here. I used to go over there, buy the tower, buy the power supply, buy the motherboard. I did all that. I used to build it all myself. And Dude, I want bilingual. Over here, I have to pay so much more for an English OS and software. And with Apple, everything is bilingual. So it's just, I like Apple. I also like Final Cut Pro, guys. Final Cut Pro. It is superior for video editing. It is a really good. It's good. It used to be crap when they first went over to Final Cut Pro the 10. It was crap, but they fixed it. They got all the bugs out. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah. I have nothing wrong with Windows, but right now the current Windows I have on this, the Windows 10 point whatever it is, it's really crapping my computer out. It had an automatic update and it hasn't been the same since. I own $100 Samsung phone now. Pretty good, just low on storage. Right. But the nice thing about those is you have card slots. You can change the storage. That's what's cool about those Android phones. It was the earlier Teslas that had drivetrain issues mostly. Okay, thank you, Station 240. Model S, they solved that problem after they facelifted the S and released X. Okay, there we go. Bjorn broke stuff in his Model X though. Yeah, that's what made me laugh. Model X is, I've never liked it. I told you guys from the very beginning, I'm not changed my opinion about that car at all. That is a piece of crap. Model X for the price, no thanks. And you cannot fit 7 adult men, and Elaine Pierre can vouch for me on that. I remember that when they came out and that Musk guy was saying, "Oh, look at this," and he had all these guys stand up and get out of the car. Look, these are all 6-foot guys, and they're all even in the back and full. But I tried to get in the back, and the guy wouldn't even let me in it. The guy at Tesla over here, I tried to get in the back. I said, "What's the flavor?" And he's like, "No, you can't go back there. It's for children." It's like, what? Elon Musk showed adults coming in. No, I don't recommend it. Not good. And Elaine Pierre can vouch for me. Elaine Pierre, if you're still out there, that happened, and you know it's true. They wouldn't let me in the back. They wouldn't let me get back there. There's not enough room for you. And I'm not even a tall guy. I'm not 6 foot. Crappy car. Snake oil salesman. But the 3's nice. I do like the 3 a lot. Dorn broke stuff. Yeah. This message is helpful review. Shane. Get on Twitter. It's a whole new world, James. Anyone wants to follow me, my handle. Okay. Shane, are you okay, Shane, with me putting this up? I want your permission to show your Twitter name, your Twitter handle, before I show it. Bjorn's Model X is a Founders Edition. Whatever that means. Yes, but Founders would have better stuff. You would think. Sounds like it. Shane, I'm still waiting for that. Okay, Shane, I'm going to show it. Shane's showing his Twitter account. Go ahead and hang on. Go ahead and check him out on Twitter, and maybe subscribe. And you guys can have discussions with him. I don't have Twitter. I am not going to get Twitter. I'm not going to get Twitter. I'm not going to get Facebook. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I had Facebook and Twitter a long time ago, but when Zuckerberg started acting crazy, and so did that, what's the guy's name? Jack from Twitter started acting crazy and throwing people that didn't have the same think as him off of Twitter. I said, no, I'm not going to be on a Twitter. I'm not going to be on Twitter anymore. So I deleted my Twitter and my Facebook accounts because of that. Guys, I've been on for almost for 2.5 hours. It is time for us to stop. It's late for you, Aaron, and everybody else over there. It's a shame I didn't get to see No or Oslo Jim. I guess they're busy this weekend, probably having fun out there on their cars, enjoying the EV life on the road. So yeah. Aaron Z. Bjorn had battery replacement and front motor replacement twice. Jeez Louise. Jeez, 9 a.m. in France. Yeah, 9 a.m. in France. It's only 5 o'clock over here. It gets dark so fast over here anymore. A guy started a company called Tesla Go here in Ireland. We were debating on joining and trading in our i3 for Model S 2004. Kind of glad we didn't. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, don't do Facebook. I like Twitter because there are very important. Yeah, you're right. There are a lot of people that you're absolutely right. There's a lot of good information out there on Twitter. And so if it's for you, it's for you. It's not for me, guys. I'm sorry. Anyways, great discussion. It turned out really good, actually. I'm sorry about my rant, though. I did go a little crazy. I apologize for that. We'll do the back to basics. We'll do that some other time. I'm going to have to retitle this video. Thanks for the likes. I see that. 6 likes. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. A lot of fun. I will see you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And really, guys, take care. Have a good weekend. And I'm looking forward to our next live stream. It was a lot of fun today. A lot of fun talking with you guys. Let's see here. Right, it is late here. Great chat. Thanks, Dave. I did that, but I'm still not a fan of Apple. Bye. Bye, Carmaniac. It was great having you back. I haven't seen you for a while. Hope I can see you again soon. All right, guys. Bye. See if this thing works.